I have a cutoff point. Don't be trying to push me past that cutoff point. That's what it is. Once I get there, we done.
That's it.
Cause he'll be like, man, nigga, come on, another one. I'm like,
you got one more in you, bro. You got, come on, nigga. You can
and
do
then
2 more shots.
Cause he a big old swole battle cat dude, like, heavy-handed, strong dude. If you don't leave me alone, I love you, but I hate you.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
That's why I drink in moderation, and I drink when I know I ain't got shit else to do the next day.
See, and it's very rare that I don't have
certain people. With certain people.
No, exactly. Like, it's very rare that I don't have anything to do the next day.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, bro, number one, I have to train people in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm not, and I refuse to walk up in there like, okay, one more, like, I'm not doing that. Like, I got to model the behaviors I'm trying to help somebody else model.
Yeah.
For one. For two, King is at my parents' house right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
and that's why I was like, we'll do 8:30, but I'm like, I'm gonna try to see if I can do it sooner, because I knew wherever King was, you gonna have to either go get him or, you know.
Right. So then I'm like, I'm not going to I don't think they would really trip, but I never have done this. I'm not going to pick King up from my parents like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's fucking nuts. I'm not doing that. So I'm like, yeah.
Going out, I need to plan it, because I need to make sure.
Right.
Even when Cheyenne's with baby girl, I'm just like, I need to make sure that she good. Because we both work, so yeah, like, I'll watch her after work, but it's like, you know.
It's a beautiful thing, but it's like, there's some whole responsibility. Like, I'm responsible for a whole nother fucking person.
Which is crazy.
That came from a whole nother person.
Yeah.
So in your situation, it's like that you know.
And that shit hits me randomly. Like, I'll be sitting there holding them like, damn, you a real ass human being.
Yeah.
Like you dependent on me right now. Like, I'm thinking you cute and I'm taking care of you, but like, you really fucking dependent on the shit I do. Yeah. Whatever I do directly will affect you in some way. So I'm like, I gotta.
But she in good hands, though.
I hope so. Let me get this intro going. We already started this. Let me get an intro in, and we.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. I was like, all right, let me not incriminate myself, just in case. Shoot, hit me like the Joe Budden podcast or something, and it's like I'm saying crazy shit, not knowing I'm on the
Nah, we get some B-roll, but we get everybody straight.
I figured as much. Let's go.
All right. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Tevin Denzel, a.k.a. Tron DeLorean, a.k.a. Dago Soul, a.k.a. your girlfriend's favorite fat boy. And today, we got another super special episode. They're all special, of course. But today, I got an OG in the building. Not in just the sneaker realm, but in the city of San Diego. I got a legend out here. Mr. Karama Kroom, a.k.a. KC, a.k.a. SteelSharpensSteelFitness. Don't forget the LLC in that either.
You know what I'm saying? Got me feeling good about myself.
Welcome, brother, man.
And everything.
No, this was like one of the pods to where I was like, this is going to be large on a lot of levels. Sneakers, personally. I know people who know you personally. I know people who know you through sneakers. I know people who know you through fitness. Shout out Katie, you know. It is different. There's different levels to it, you know what I mean? So, welcome, man.
Hey, man, I'm happy to be here.
I'm glad I finally got this one going, man. I asked him to take it light on me when he came, because anytime I've seen this brother, the footwear is on 10. And I'm always, no matter what I wear, I don't feel insecure or nothing, but I'm always like, damn, I feel like he got spy cameras and whoever he kicking it with that day crib, just to know what they gonna wear.
One of them just by a little bit, but not too much.
Just like got the little what is it, the little pigeon, fucking
pigeon.
Yeah, we go. Just flying by people's crib like
old school drone, OG
exactly.
Drone.
Yep. He out here with the Atmos 3s.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
You know what? Because I took King to the Fan Fest earlier, so yeah. I was Padre Brown, you know what I'm saying? I had a little fitted on, boom.
Yeah.
And then the function I went to was supposed to be all black, so I said, all right, well, let me switch out, but I'm still keeping these on. I put thought into it. Because I was like, all right, I'm not wearing like some regular heat. Yeah. I want to wear some like, if you know heat.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny because I was sitting in a room and I was like, there's two pairs that I feel I could bring out right now where I would feel like I was on the level. It was those, because I got those.
That's my guy.
They got some, you know, they kind of splitting a little bit on the insole. And then I have my Marge Simpson SBs.
That was another reason why I wanted to wear these, by the way. Because I'll be looking like, I'll be like, damn, what year did this come out? Mm-hmm. And anything that's like 2016 and down, I'm like, Yeah, it might be time to get up off these.
Yeah.
unless it's a Jordan 1 or a Dunk. If it's a Jordan 1 or a Dunk, I don't care.
They're indestructible down there.
Or a foam. Or a foam. Jordan 1
true.
Dunk or a foam.
Yeah.
Any three, especially 3s, 4s, that type of stuff. Bro.
The crumbling.
Yes. And I know that it's coming, but it hasn't came yet. Pause. So so it's like, yeah, let me go ahead and
it makes you nervous. I got my Black History Month 3s down there.
Literally, I'm like, look, I need to go ahead and get rid of these while they still have.
Would you do the midsole swap on certain models, or would it just be the time where you're like, they just gotta?
It depends.
Yeah.
Like, so what is it? I have the 112, the Clark Kent joints.
Okay.
Air Max, what is that? Air Max 90, I think it is, or Air Max 1, whichever model it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Air Max 1s.
Air Max 1s, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I got the 112 joints, the Clark Kent joints. So those, I'm like, I wanted those so bad for the longest, but they're old.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn.
Are you trying to reach back and get them or what?
No, I have them.
Oh, you have them? Okay,
yes,
okay.
I have them. So I'm like, usually anything that old, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna
have to store those
ASAP. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me flip these real quick while they still got the value before they crumble.
Mm-hmm.
But those, I'm like, yeah, I can't let these go.
That's a piece you keep in the closet.
Yeah.
Like Alan had the Air Force Ones, and I was like, for a while, I was like, when you done with them, just let me know what you want.
Yeah.
They were like, I think like a 12, but I was like, I kind of just want to say I have them.
Just to have it, right?
Yeah, because I'm not about to pay what they're going for.
Right, because like, so you had the Air Force One, you had the Dunk, you had the Air Max, which to me was the hardest out of the ones that released.
Yeah.
To me, the hardest one was the LeBron 8, but they never released.
You wasn't getting those, yeah.
Yeah, they never released. But so I'm looking at them, and I'm like, okay, I'm feeling on the midsole, like, I think they aight. Let me walk around the living room in them real quick.
Man.
put a little bit of wear on them before I actually break them out.
Yeah.
But
have you had a pair crumble on you?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I've been doing this forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had, what is it? The White Cement Jordan 4. But I had the, 99?
99s, yeah.
I got them when I was in Atlanta when I was in college.
Yeah.
Right? I bought them at Lenox Mall. So I had them. It's before they had retroed again.
Yeah.
So I'm like, ooh, I'm going to kill them. So I threw them on. And I went to Plaza Bonita. And this is years ago now.
Yeah.
I went to Plaza Bonita and I'm walking. I'm like, damn, these shits is like super light. These shits is super comfortable. And then I look, and these shits is like, I'm leaving breadcrumbs like Hansel and Gretel or
all
some
through
shit.
The store.
I'm leaving midsole crumbs. And I was like, oh. Like, I posted it on Facebook at the time. Like, I posted it on Facebook, like, on some RIP shit.
Yeah.
Like,
same thing happened.
I'm gonna send you the, because it's still on my Facebook somewhere. I'm gonna send it to you.
99 Fire Red 5s. I had them. I did a little, the hair blower, hair dryer thing
and
on the netting.
It.
Yep, so I did that. I went to Fashion Valley, and then old boy was like, I like your 5s, bro. And I was like, and this is back when I was in high school. So I'm like, oh, they know what the 99s are. Like, I'm flexing, whatever.
Right.
And he's like, bro, but,
they was talking.
your shoes are like,
or they was crumbling.
they like, you're leaving a trail. And I was like, I'm thinking he meant like a trail of heat. I'm like, oh, I appreciate that, bro. He's like,
oh, man, appreciate you,
he's
bro.
like, nah, my nigga, like, look.
Literally.
My netting was crumbling. And then I wonder why the shoes felt so flat. Bruh, the midsole had crumbled.
Yeah.
And I was leaving, like you said, like breadcrumbs. And this is back when it was downstairs, when it was the Foot Locker that was downstairs.
Yeah.
Well, it's still downstairs. Was it the one now? Yeah, because it was connected to the women's and the kids Foot Locker, I believe.
Yeah.
I think that was it had the divider in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
So I was in the men's section. I was over there looking for shoes. And that's the day I bought some Feelers. It was like $2 for $89. I was like, yeah, let me get the brown joints and the black and gray ones. Let me get those real quick.
Yeah.
Had a middle of the store shoe change, and that was the fastest I ever got a Foot Locker.
Yeah. Nah, that's the worst though. But it's just a reminder, like, at the end of the day,
it's still a shoe.
They're shoes.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like, it's leather and rubber.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? And polyurethane or whatever it is. But so now, fast forward to now I'm like, okay, I know the little expiration date on stuff.
You gotta watch them.
And once I get to a certain point, it's like, these are fire, but you gotta go, because
like, I can't deal with the heartbreak.
because I need to be able to wear them. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
If I can't physically wear this shoe, what's the point of having it?
True.
You know what I'm saying? Outside of a couple pairs, because like I have the the first game LeBrons, or Air Zoom Generations.
Yeah.
I got those, and that's a pair I'll probably just.
The very first ones?
On, yeah. Like,
yeah.
I'm talking about 2003 joints.
Okay,
like,
okay.
You know. I'll probably hold on to those regardless, just on some, like, sentimental, like, yo, this is the first joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, show King when he get old enough to actually, you know what I'm saying?
And that's going to be big because LeBron is someone who's, like, big when he's a kid. Like, that's huge.
Yeah. But anything else, I'm like, look, once it gets to a certain point, even if it's something I don't want to get rid of, it's like, I need to get rid of these.
Because you know the expiration date's going to come.
Right. And then especially with Jordans, like, they retro everything anyway. So, at some point.
Yeah.
At some point, they retro everything. So, I'm like, even I was looking at my, and I'm going to get off this topic, but I was looking at my, my white cement Jordan 4s once again.
Yeah.
With Nike Air on the back, I think it came out in 2016?
The last of the white cement ones or the black?
Yeah, white cement. The white cement, not the black. The white cement with the Nike Air on the back. I want to say it's 2016. Don't quote me. I'm about to go on my phone and look on StockX and see. But I think it was 2016. Because I think
it sounds about right because the black joints came out in 2019.
18 or 19.
19 because I was in Europe.
Yeah. So I'm not worried about the black pair. You know what I'm saying? But the white cement pair, I'm like,
it's a little different. Like that pair,
it's like, so part of me is like, yo, these are iconic. I have to have these in my collection. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a pair when I'm old.
Yeah.
This is a pair when I was in elementary school. Like, yo, I want those so bad. You know what I'm saying? And my parents were like, yo, we're not spending $100 on those shoes. The fact that they were $100 back then even speaks to how old I am. But I'm not washed, so it's all good.
Far from it, y'all. Far from it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing if you old and you washed, but I'm not washed, so it's all good. But nah. So that's one of those iconic pairs to me.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, I'm like, it's starting to get to that on the clock.
It's to the point to where it's like you either put them in a grail box, you let them go.
Right, exactly.
That's how I look at it. Because if you have,
and that's a shoe that it might be 2025, you know what I'm saying? But they're going to re-retro those eventually.
They're going to come back.
Like, that is an iconic colorway that they will always, at some point, re-retro.
And it'll be a new rendition, but it'll still
always be remastered, and you know what I'm saying? It'll be with, you know what I'm saying, a sail midsole instead of
the all white.
Right, but they're going to come back out. So, I'm like, yeah, I might get one more wear out of these.
And that's it.
And snap a pic for the gram real quick. And then.
But it feels good when they come back out and they do a good job.
Yeah.
Like I got the Air Trainer 1s. I was telling my boy James earlier. The Shimas. I got them on eBay like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Finally pulled them out. Got ready to wear them. Opened the orange box. Put them on. And immediately it was like cushion.
I was about to say.
And then I was bummed. And I'm like, I should get the midsole replaced. I'm going to find a replacement pair. But then they came out last year. So they redropped the Shima. So now they're out.
They
came out like.
I got to grab a pair of those then.
Toward the end of last year. They came out around the same time as the West Indies Air Force Ones came out.
Got you. Okay.
So they're like on sale. They're like 90, 95. I'm waiting until they creep down to like 70.
Yeah.
I'm testing the waters.
I gotta add to the hit list.
Yeah, the Shima Air Trainer 1s, they definitely coming back home.
Okay, perfect.
For sure.
Perfect. Yeah.
So with that being said, man, what's something that you're waiting for to come out? Like this, maybe not talked about being retro or something that you're thinking like, damn, like I need these to drop again. Like I need that shoe.
Got you. So let me think. It's funny because with, the 1 through 13 or, probably 1 through maybe 14 even Jordans, at some point I've had just about every pair that's released, you know what I'm saying, to the general public that I wanted.
Yeah.
Fortunately, that wasn't a humble brag. Like, I'm old. That's like LeBron. No, that's like LeBron. Like, it's like on the one hand, it's like, yo, he awesome as hell, and the fact that he's LeBron is why he's accomplishing these things.
Yeah.
But part of it is like, yeah, he's been in the league for 20 years.
He's been in here.
So some of the stuff is like, okay, you're top. What is he? Top 6 in assists just now. He just now caught or something.
Yeah.
Might have even been higher than that. It might have been. Yeah, I think it's either top 6 or top 4 in assists, which is incredible.
Yeah.
But if you average 7 assists for 20 years,
you're going to get there.
You're going to be
you're
going to be pretty high up there. You know what I'm saying?
In the postseason, I think maybe missed 2 seasons of the postseason?
Yeah, and they don't even count that.
They just count the regular season.
It's just regular season.
Yeah.
So it's like on the one hand, like that's hella impressive. You can't take nothing from that.
Yeah.
But it's not like John Stockton or Magic Johnson or somebody that averaged 10, 11, or even Chris Paul, somebody that averaged like 10, 11, 12. It's that you have sustained greatness for so long, right?
Yeah.
So, that was my long-winded analogy of just about every
We
Jordan,
can go back into that, though, because I want to talk about sports for sure.
But just about every, just about every Jordan 1 through, every Jordan that he wore.
Yeah.
The colorways that I've wanted, I've had at some point.
Okay.
So that stuff, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
but nothing that you're like, damn, like I need a fresh pair of those. Like I need.
Right, I feel you.
For me, it's gonna be like the Cherrywood 16s.
Yeah.
I don't remember how wearable 16s works. I had them when I was way younger, but that's a shoe that I just remember from my childhood that I want. The Lightning 17s.
Okay.
Definitely want those to come back.
That's a good pair. I
don't need the briefcase. It'd be cool. I still got the old one. I still got the ones from the white and blue pair.
Even that's impressive.
So I still got the briefcase with the disc in there. So I still got that. The shoes they long gone.
Yeah, of course.
But those are 2 pairs that off top I'm like, I want those back. Because those, my dad played, when he played in the 17s, but he played, for the Marines.
Those are good. Yeah, those are good picks. Like for me, to be honest, I like LeBrons.
Yeah.
I like LeBrons and I like Kobe's. And I know that's not, you know what I'm saying? Like now it's pretty much more casual, But you remember when Nike basketball shoes was like the Galaxy pack, and you know what I'm saying? Like KD, people would wear KDs with jeans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you had the
crazy times, but
the Weatherman KDs or some shit like that, like you was like, oh shit, or you know what I'm saying? Like
he was wearing them off the court. Like I never saw those like regular civilians playing in those. It was always like
right, like that was like a Weatherman KD or a Nerf KD.
Yeah.
Or a certain LeBron, like a Galaxy LeBron, or Big Bang LeBron, whatever the nickname for it was.
Yeah.
South Beach LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All them joints. Like, that was what a Travis is now.
Yeah.
Like, then, you know what I'm saying? So, for me, it's like, I still like them joints. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they came back out and people were like, way when they re-released it, I was like, they're not getting the love that they should.
Right. So on the one hand, it almost felt disrespectful to me. Like, you don't know what these are.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, good. I'm glad you don't know what they are, because I can get them for $200.
Exactly.
And get off my OG pair that's about to fall apart. So thank you, Nike. You know
and that's the beautiful thing. Like people are like, oh, y'all don't respect the classics and this is bullshit. To me, I'm like, it's upsetting that they don't respect it. But also, like you said, I don't have to pay $500 to get a South Beach right now.
You know what I'm saying? Like even with, it's I never want to be the grumpy old head. Like, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand why people look at things a certain way.
Yeah.
It's perspective. But when the freshwater Griffies came out, right, recently, probably a couple of years ago, if that, I had sessions that day. I remember, like I had stuff to do that day.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, bet I'm gonna slide by fashion, grab my pair, and then go do, you know what I'm saying, whatever. I think I had to train that day. I had something to do that day. And I went, and there was a line. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Something must be coming out today also. So I'm like, yo, what y'all in line for? She's like goofy little kids on their phone looking at StockX, like, oh, some. But they don't know what they are.
They don't know. Like, they don't know who it is. They don't know who King Griffey is.
Like literally, I'm like, yo, like, what size are you getting?
Yeah.
And they're looking at what size sells for the most, and I'm just like,
that shit kills me.
I don't get a 10 or a 10.5 because of this goofy motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm Martin most of the time, but I'm gonna have to be militant Malcolm, and you know what I'm saying? Like by any means necessary.
Yeah.
Because this is
them
crazy.
Shits blew my mind. They sold out on sneakers.
Right.
Remember that when I was kicking it with Alonda? They sold out on sneakers. She tried for me too. I was like, just try just in case.
Like,
shit sold out.
Think about that. Like Griffey's selling out.
They went on sale. They used to hit the sale in the clearance rack.
Bo Jackson's, Griffey's, Penny's,
all red stickers,
Barclays, all that stuff. Like that stuff holds a special place in my heart. I don't care. It don't got to be a collab. That shit holds a special place in my heart. So it's like the dudes like me and you should be able to get those
easy. They should be easy,
especially when someone is literally buying them just to flip them. I'm like, bro, you are buying these to flip, and you're gonna make what, $20? Like, I understand you buying stuff to flip when it's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Something
if it's an
crazy.
Off-White or something like, where it's like, okay, there's this crazy resale value. Like, I'm not mad at that. I understand if it's a collab or something crazy. It's like, bro, let the people that actually want this shoe buy it.
It don't exist no more,
because you are
bro.
doing this and you are going to make literally, after you factor in all the fees and your actual
gas
time,
and all the time, yep.
You making what, $10?
It's not worth it.
It's not even worth it. Like, let the people that actually want the shoe get it. Like, it's crazy. Stop being an asshole.
Arts and Rec in
that's my little rant.
Bro, Arts and Rec in Barrio Post, they had them. So bad. We slid down there. I get down there and they opened at 11 and this was like 11:40 something. So I'm like, you know what? Like, they're Griffies, they're gonna be there. We get there and dude's like, yeah, man, the last few pairs just flew up out of here. Yeah. And in my head, I'm like, for one, y'all are a skate shop. For y'all to get the Griffies kind of blew my mind. It's off the wall, right? But also, I'm just like, who the fuck was the people that I know that shop here and that
don't even know what these are.
Exactly. How are these flying?
These aren't P-rods.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, how are they flying? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah. It's a whole new world. You know
and it's also, there's a lot of people who do this for like a living, and no shade to them. A lot of the younger kids, though, they will wait around stores, and as soon as they drop it on Instagram that it's dropped, they sell out within like 10 minutes because people are already like kind of fishing and out here.
So, I mean, it's first, like, all this is first world problems, you know what I'm saying? But that shit frustrates the fuck out of me. Like, come on, man. Like, I understand certain stuff. Like, I'm not upset that I have to pay like, if I don't hit that, I got to pay resale for some Travises. Or if I don't hit that, I got to pay resale on some Off-Whites or some Undefeateds or some Unions.
It's going to happen.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to pay resale for some Griffies. Mm-mm. That's nuts. Mm-mm. Period. Like, that's nuts. I shouldn't have to pay resale for some Iversons. I had to pay resale for Iversons. What? That's crazy. They're Reeboks. Like, that bugged me out.
Like I said, the shoe game doesn't make sense a lot of the time.
Yeah. Like, and like I said, I mean, I understand in super first world problems, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I work hard if I got to pay the $20, you know what I'm saying, $40 resale, whatever, but I shouldn't have to do
Like I said, at the end of the day, it's still just a shoe, but it's just the principle of it, you know?
It's the principle.
Like, the day the Zion lows dropped and then the No-Low Air Force Ones dropped, I was like, bet. I'm a force head, so I'm going to get the forces.
Yeah.
I'll circle back for the Zions.
I heard you talking about it. I heard you Bobby talking about it.
Yeah, so I was like, Belly, this is going to be a no-brainer. Or you know what? If I miss them, they sell out, I'll pay $30-$40 extra.
Yeah.
Them shit's going for like 3 times as much. And I'm like,
I've seen that.
For one, y'all don't even love Jordan 1 lows like this unless Travis's name is attached. That's one thing.
But that's what it is. It's because it kind of has those same vibes and it kind of looks like it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, a poor man's Travis. That's why. I guarantee you that's why.
Oh, it's exactly why.
That's the only reason why. You know
the same reason them taupe 4s down there skyrocketed after they drop is because they look like the Travis.
Like, that's literally why. Because
it's crazy.
If it didn't have and it's a good shoe.
Yeah,
it's a good shoe, but
it ain't worth no $350 to me.
I know why. Yeah, I know exactly why. Plus, like,
it's got to make sense to me.
Plus, the 4s right now are like, everything is cyclical.
Yeah,
and right now 4s are the
it thing shoe. Because of Travis and
like, the 4s are the in shoe.
Yeah.
So I understand, but it's just like, it's all funny to me, and it's all, like I said, it's all at the end of the day, irrelevant in the big scheme of things. But it's something that we're passionate about. You know what I'm saying? Like, so,
like, Green Bean 5s came back out, and everyone like kind of let them just pass by, and I was like, cool. Mm-hmm. I'm still waiting to get my $100 pair though. I'm still waiting on somewhere 100, 120, somewhere around there. I'll get them again, but you know.
Yeah. Man, go down to Fire Kicks and see if there's a used pair for, you know what
I need to, because I want to get Eddie on the pod. So for one.
Yo, that is my guy. Shout out my man Eddie. Shout out Eddie.
Man, I might need you to help me set this up one time and get you back in.
No, for real. I got you. That's like, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy.
Because I'm trying to make sure people know that this is a sneakers podcast. We talk about life, of course.
Talk about other stuff, right.
But also, like, this is Dago. So I want to make sure, like, Dago is in this. You know what I mean? Like, there's, because people talk a lot of shit like Dago doesn't have a sneaker presence, like we don't have an influence on anything that we just kind of take from other places. But I'm like, if you're from here, you know, we have our own style, our own ways of doing things.
And if, like, once again, you know what I'm saying, I got to preface it by, I've been doing this for a long time. Yeah. But going back to the Chinaman days, don't cancel me, I mean no disrespect. That's what we called it. Yeah. But it's San Diego Sports Shoes days. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it now? Bait, right? Yeah. Where Bait is now.
Downtown, yeah.
It used to be San Diego Sports Shoes. We used to call it Chinaman.
That's how I know that you OG.
Asian gentleman.
Because I was going to bring that up this episode. Because we went to Comic-Con and I was standing outside of El Camino with Alonda and Chris. And we were talking about shoes. And then they were like, oh, yeah, like Chinaman. Now, mind you, when I was growing up, I knew Foot Locker, Finish Line. I didn't know the Dago streets that deeply until I started meeting people. So I was like, who the fuck is Chinaman?
Chinaman, right.
Like, bruh, you would come in there and he would just be like, oh, this is for sale. He would let you go in the back if he knew you and dig through his shit. And I was like, I'd never, because again, I didn't really start exploring downtown until I was in like high school, college. For real. Like going down there by myself or with the homies and like looking, actually buying shit because I had money. Yeah. But now they were talking about Chinaman. So I was going to bring up the time. I was going to ask you, do you know Chinaman and what do you, but.
Like that, no, like that was, and then I forgot what my man's name was, but there was a dude that worked there. I think he might have been Puerto Rican or Hispanic. Mm-hmm. But he was super cool, and he would always take care of me. Yeah. Like, and I'm like probably at this time I'm like maybe like 20, 21. You know what I'm saying? Like early, like young. You know what I'm saying? Like but you know what I'm saying? He knew me. You know what I'm saying? And he would show love like on some like, oh bro, hey, we got the threes. You know what I'm saying? I sat your size aside or whatever. Yeah. So it was just like. It was just different. You know what I'm saying? Like they when they came in, he would hit me. Like so what like the release date might have been 2 weeks out, but you know, if they got him, he's like, yo, I got you. But I'm sitting here like aging myself because I'm thinking back like I remember, and I'm super aging myself now. I remember I'm a huge Notorious Big fan. Yeah. Like huge Pac fan, of course, but Big was my guy. Yeah. And I remember when Life After Death came out, and it was posthumous, and he had passed, and all that good stuff, or not good stuff, not tragic stuff. Yeah. And I remember at FanMart, they would sell because CDs used to come out on Tuesdays. Yeah. They used to come out on Tuesdays, but they would get it earlier. You know what I'm saying? So like you were saying, like once they got it, it's like, yo, it's on sale. It's for sale. So I remember I was so hyped. Like I was like, yo, nah, I'm whatever they get it in, I am there to get this. I need this early. Like this is before LimeWire, which
Winning
even that is aging myself by saying LimeWire, but this is pre-LimeWire, anything. Like
people are just finding out about that. Sorry to segue, but people are just finding out. Like, oh, have you ever heard of LimeWire? And I'm like, bruh, LimeWire killed 2 of my computers when I was in middle school.
Oh man!
I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just had to think about that.
All different stuff, cracking up to myself, like, yeah, it's a different time. What a time to be alive! That part.
But that was back when, like, you went to like. Speaking of LimeWire, like you would burn CDs, but if you like somebody, you would go buy the physical copy too.
Yeah, I was just also piggybacking off if you like somebody, like. Burning a mixtape for like a girl. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember the homie, like this is like when all that stuff was really, really new. This is probably like 99, 2000. Yeah. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to do it yet. Pause. But I didn't know how to do that. I wasn't that technologically savvy yet. Yeah. So it was when I was in college. And one of the homies, you know what I'm saying, he would get the albums and he would burn copies and he would flip them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, like I went to college in Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia. Part of the Atlanta University Center with Morehouse, Clark, Spelman, Morris Brown. Yeah. So when I was there, Don Cannon, Cannon. Yeah. Like he was at Clark. Mace was at Clark for a second.
Y'all was low-key in the mecca for music right there.
Keisha Knight Pulliam was at Spelman. Rudy from the Cosby Show. She used to get mad if you called her Rudy too. I'm like, I understand. Like I understand. Like you've been called this your whole life, so you probably get frustrated with it. Yeah. But you gotta understand. We grew up with you. You're Rudy to us. Like you can't be mad at us for that. But anyway, that was a tangent. Who else was there when I was there? Like Usher used to be coming up on campus. Like this, like leave the one I'm with.
Yeah, young Usher.
Like, that Usher. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it was like crazy, but one of the dudes in the dorms, he would burn the, you know what I'm saying, the CDs. And I remember you would write out what songs you wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. And he would like make the CD. He'd be like, yo, yeah, all right, bet, come back.
$5-10, I got you.
Yeah.
Give me a playlist.
And I remember,
up to 20 songs. That's all the disc would take up on there.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like timing it in my head, like, ooh, I'm about to kill it with this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On some Tommy from fucking Martin GTD playlist and shit. That's one of those if you know, you know.
If you know, you
know. Oh, man. Anyway.
Nah, back in the day, I used to get in trouble. Like, I know you ain't burning them goddamn little girls no more CDs on my computer. Bro, I would save up my allowance, go to the store, go to Target, Walmart, or back then, Circuit City, depending who had them the cheapest.
Man.
Get like the 100 pack. And what I would do is make CDs for myself, of course. Mm-hmm. But also, there was like a girl I was into. I'd even make it official because they had the little CD cases. Mm-hmm. I get a CD case, I get a little piece of tape, and I would tape it. Ooh. And I would like write a name or whatever on the front, and I'd be like, oh, I was thinking of you and I made this. And I went to school in Santee, so they ate that shit up. I had the culture anyway, but having been able to slide somebody. Then in high school, when they had the iPods, what I would do is I would make playlists. Yeah. And they always knew I had the good music. Like, what do you listen to? I was like, oh, just, a playlist I made. Yeah, and I would purposely put my headphones in and walk past a certain girl.
He was an influencer before influencers.
Yep. And he's like, oh, can I borrow your stuff at lunch or for the rest of the day?
He was curating before.
Already?
He was curating before curators.
I'm telling you, my computer used to be like 20,000 songs, and it would be just music.
Yeah.
Every CD, there was one summer where every CD my mom and dad had, I burned it to the computer.
Yeah.
So all the oldies, that's why people are like, you don't know nothing about this song. I'm like,
you don't know, you don't know me.
Trust me. I know stuff that,
Nah, I feel you.
But how was it going to school in Atlanta? Like, especially back then when HBCUs were like the spot to be at.
Man, so it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I will forever and always love Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Part of why I decided to go to Morehouse was like I wanted that experience, you know what I'm saying? Especially growing up in San Diego. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't a culture shock, you know what I'm saying? But because culture shock almost has like a negative connotation.
The South is different.
It was beautiful. Like, so when I initially was because I was good, I was good in school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was very scholastically inclined.
Yeah.
So I could have went wherever I wanted to go for the most part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Humbly, I could. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah.
I was a Lynx achiever. If you're from San Diego and you Black, you should know what that is. But I could have went to just about any college I wanted to.
Yeah.
And initially, I was going to go to UC Riverside. I remember this. I was going to go to UC Riverside because I have a lot of family on my father's side that lives in the Riverside and my mother's side that live in Riverside, Rialto, San Bernardino, the whole IE. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my cousin Jelani. So I was going to go to I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go to UC Riverside. Mm. And I remember I told my dad and he was like, no, you're not.
No?
He's like, no, you're not. Mind you, I'm 18.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like in my head. I didn't say it out loud because, just the respect factor. Because I like having my teeth. But in my head, I'm like, how you going to tell me where I'm going to go? You know what I'm saying? This is my life. But once I took a step back and thought about it, I knew why he said that. Because he knew, he's like, you are saying UC Riverside because it's an hour and a half, 2 hours away. Mm-hmm. You got family out there and you're not home, but you're still close enough to where you at home.
Yeah.
That's not where you really want to go. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And especially now that I'm older and you have some perspective.
Yeah.
But even then, you know what I'm saying? Like once I thought about it, I was like, nah, Pops is right. You know what I'm saying? He knows his son. Yeah. And he knew that I was saying UC Riverside because like, dang, okay, grandma and grandpa lived there and my favorite cousin and my other favorite cousin. And you know what I'm saying? If I need to come home. It was
like being safe right there,
if
safe
I need
home.
to come home, it's just an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can still deal with this girl. And you know what I'm saying? Like that was the thought process. It wasn't, I've always dreamed of going to UC Riverside. Shout out to UC Riverside.
It was convenient. It was close. You knew it.
It was convenient.
Something you already knew.
So once I really took a step back and, I prayed on it and I thought about it and I was like, man, I want to go to Morehouse. Like literally, like I was like, this is like when Outkast, what album was? Like this is Outkast's second album at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like Atlanta is just everything at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I grew up watching A Different World and school days and all that. And it was just like, once I really put some thought in, I'm like, it's Martin Luther King Jr.'s alma mater. Spike Lee went there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, yo, that's where I want to go.
It made sense.
I didn't even apply nowhere else. I literally just applied to Morehouse. That's it.
Yeah.
But when I first got out there, I met some of the most incredible people. You know what I'm saying? Like, friendships that I still have to this day. It's just like, that was, I'm so glad that that's the decision I made.
Yeah.
But Atlanta is so beautiful because
Atlanta is a special place.
I grew up in San Diego, right? You know what I'm saying? So going out there, you on the freeway, and you look to your left and it's a black person. You look to your right, it's a black person. You go to the bank and the bank teller's black. And you go to Burger King and the person that owns the Burger King is black and the person at the register is black. And then you go to Macy's and the girl that's ringing you up is black, and you know what I'm saying?
Like, you don't feel out of place anywhere.
Like, and you know what I'm saying? It's like a black person in the Benz and a black person in this, and it's not like rare. It's not like, oh shoot, that's dope. It's like, it's everywhere.
This
you
is
know
normal.
what I'm saying? Yeah, it was just beautiful, and it was, man, I loved it out there, and I met some of the most incredible people. Just everything about it, man.
Atlanta is fire.
I love Atlanta, and I'm quite sure it's you know what I'm saying, it's a different experience now. Because for me, like, this is in 1997 when I went out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's 97, is Bad Boy and Death, you know what I'm saying, and Death Row. Like, that's what's popping at the time. And then like Master P and No Limit is kind of starting to bubble, like all that type of stuff. Yeah. And you go anywhere you go, like, you seeing famous people. Like, I remember my first job out there, or one of my first jobs out there, was at Lenox Square Mall, which is, for my San Diego people, it's almost like
Fashion Valley, but
like doper.
Yeah. What's the joint in
or
LA?
like Beverly Center in
there
LA.
We go. There we go.
Yeah, it's like, you know what I'm saying, like, you see famous people and it's like, that's the place to be.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the spot.
That's Boosie's hangout.
Yeah.
For people these days, that's where Boosie usually be at.
Yeah. So I remember when I was working at the Champ Sports in Lenox Mall. So I met so many celebrities. Like, I'm selling shoes to celebrities and shit. It was like so cool to me. You know what I'm saying? Like CeeLo, or like CeeLo from Goody Mob, and Big Boy from Outkast. And I remember like Bad Boy had some type of tour out there at the time. And Lil C's, Lil Kim, Mario Winans, who nobody knew who he was at the time. Mario Winans. I knew who he was because, like, I'm, you know, really into music, so I knew who he was. Like, you from the legendary Winans family. I was about to say Wayans. Winans family. Plus, like, you know, I know you wanted the hitman, you wanted the producers for Bad Boy, and you know, did production on Big's album. I know all this shit. Yeah. But I remember, like, C's was real cool. Lil C's from Junior Mafia was real cool, and Kim was like, they're like, you know what I'm saying, she was cool. But I remember I acknowledged Mario Winans. I'm like, yo, you know, like, you're a really dope producer. You know that. And he was so gassed. Like, and, like, it's just funny. It's funny how, like, affirmation, you know what I'm saying, just like giving somebody their flowers can mean so much. Like, I'm like, I didn't, like, I was
somebody who's already up there too, you know,
like, to me, you know what I'm saying, but he wasn't, I guess, because like, this is before I don't want to know. It's like before I met a girl. This is like before that. This is when he's on his grind. Yeah. But I knew who he was because I'm into music. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, I was just like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, you're dope. You know what I'm saying? And I remember he was so, like, it was dope because I could tell it made him feel really good. Yeah. Because he's around all these big stars. And, you know, he probably don't, you know, people probably don't acknowledge him never. Yeah. They don't know who the fuck the producer is, you know what I'm saying? But it was just funny, super random. But I remember that vividly. I remember I met Monica.
See, those interactions, though, like, because they're out with the people. Yeah. We went to a hookah lounge last time, and as we were coming out, security was like, I'm going to have y'all wait over here. And I was like, oh, I thought some shit happened. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, oh, y'all can come in now. So I'm walking in, and this little short dude is coming out the door. So me, just being a Southern gentleman, I'm like, all right, I got you, man. Okay. And I walked up. He walked past me. I said, "Oh shit, you tip." And he looked at me. And he just did the little salute. And I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Alonda, that's T.I. She ain't no goddamn T.I." Right in his ear. And I was like, "Alonda." And he looked back and he just smiled at her. She's like, "Oh my God, it's T.I." She's like, "We the same height." And I'm like, "Alonda, he is right here. Don't do that to this man.
Don't do that, right?"
And she was like, "He's petite." And I was like, "We got to get you inside. We got to get you inside."
Anytime you call a grown man petite, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna edit that one coming out. But yes, make sure you let her know because she always like she'll see someone. Oh, he's handsome. He's petite. I'm like, you cannot call a grown man, especially a grown black man, petite.
Right.
Even a teenage, you don't call no man petite. That's just
right. There's certain words that, but there are certain words that are triggers for women.
Yeah.
So you understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, that's a big girl. Like, you can't say that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you mean it even if you like big girls, or even if you're saying it in a complimentary way, like,
you can't.
There are certain words that are triggers. Like, so if a dude is a little bit on the slimmer side, pause. The pause is applicable. You know, like if you call him petite,
you can't.
Like, how you call a grown ass man petite? That would hurt my feelings.
I said, especially in his own city and Atlanta too. I was like, this is not
my feelings.
This is not the city to call no man something out of his.
Then it has a little bit of a connotation to it, and you already in Atlanta, where you know.
But I call Atlanta Wakanda. Because it is the black mecca, but there's just so much different stuff. You can go from like going to Lenox Mall, doing some shopping. Then you can go to one of the bars out there. There's a spot that we go to called Moondoggies. It's like upstairs. It's like a college bar. They got different rooms, pool, all that cool stuff. Go downstairs, there's a hood club downstairs.
Oh man.
Then 15 minutes away, you got Magic City, and it's just so much you can get into within like a 20-minute distance.
And then you have to think. So like my first club experiences are in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I'm not even talking strip clubs because, you know what I'm saying?
That's a whole episode.
Pardon me, Bobby. You know what I'm saying? I know that's his forte, but I've never been into that. Like I've never liked like I don't dislike strip clubs.
Yeah.
But that's never appealed to me like that.
Yeah.
Like for me, I've always felt like it made me feel like a trick. Like it's like, yo, you're showing me attention because you want me to give you money.
Yeah.
And I understand the concept, but I didn't like that. Like, I'm like, nigga, like, I got girls that like me, like, just like me. Like, exactly. If I want to see a girl naked, humbly, you know what I'm saying? If I want to see a girl naked, I'll just call a girl that fucks with me. Like, I'm going to pay money for a girl that, you know what I'm saying, to show me some attention. Like,
and then they try to sweet talk you. Like, I know what you're doing, but I also can't be here like I'm better than everybody. So it's like, you know.
No. And like I said, like, just me personally.
Yeah.
It never really... Like, it never appealed to me.
And it's hard. Even when we went out there, I told Londa, I was like, I'm only going to bring this much because it's hard for me to just throw away my money.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, thank you. Like, I don't mind if I'm going to spend money on a woman.
Yeah.
I'd rather spend money on a woman that I actually know fucks with me.
Yeah.
That actually likes me.
Where I can see my money actually go somewhere.
Like, I actually like this person.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I want to spend my money on. I don't want to spend my money on some brando that just is literally... providing a fantasy. Like, I don't need nobody to provide a fantasy.
Yeah.
Like, I'll get somebody that actually likes me to provide
the fantasy, then make it reality too.
Humbly.
At the same time.
Again, I'm not saying that on no gas shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just never appealed to me like that as far as strip clubs. But my first club experiences, I super went on a tangent. Yeah. My first club experiences was in Atlanta.
So we never went to a real club, so I need to hear this.
So in Atlanta, it's like we was getting ready to go out at 11, like at midnight. Like, we're getting ready to go out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because the clubs stay open till 3, 4 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came back to San Diego, and because I turned 21 in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? So now when I come back to San Diego, it would just bug me out. Like, oh shit, like there is no. You need to be getting ready to go out at 9:45.
It's weird though, because
the club closes at 1.
Yes.
Like for me, it's like, yo, we would be getting ready to. We like, yo, what's the move at 1? Like it was just funny. Like it was different.
Because we went out there, they're 2 hours ahead, so we get out there and we ready to like start getting ready like 9:45, 10. They're like,
why?
Yeah. We go to Moondog's like, nah, bro, we're gonna head there around like 11. I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, that's 9 o'clock back home. That's, I mean, I guess by the same time.
8, if you're
but I'm
in Atlanta.
Like, 3. But I'm just like, you know, I guess so. But it just feels so weird because coming here, it's like by 8 o'clock, you got to be showered, ready to go.
Yeah.
Get there by like 9:30 to enjoy it because once you start really feeling the rhythm and feeling the club, it's almost midnight.
Yeah.
You got 30 minutes till last call, and then at 1, you got to go. But down south, it's just, you go from like, you know, like I said, the mall to a bar to the club if you want to go. Never been to a club in Atlanta, so we need to do that next time. Went to a hookah lounge, and we left like right away because it was weird energy up in there.
I'd say less.
But we go to bars out there because bars, you know what I mean, just little college bars or whatnot. But now you go from like the mall to the bar, dinner, whatever, to the club, And then it's like 3 or 4, and it's like, oh shit, let's go get some food. You go to the Waffle House. You know what I mean? That's where you end up at.
Yeah. Something else that was dope about out there is just there's the entire diaspora. You know what I'm saying?
Diaspora.
Diaspora. SAT word.
That's the word of the week, y'all. That's the word of the week for the pod. Diaspora.
No, but once again, you know, as a black man, you know what I'm saying? I'm speaking to my black people right now. You have the entire diaspora. Like, yo, you got kids that come from money, like black kids that come from money. Like I'm 7th generation Morehouse, or I'm 10th generation Spelmanite, right? Then you got like Nunu from fucking ATL and shit, right?
Coming down to the hood just to kick it.
Right. Then you got, you know, like the hood dude that's like super hood, but he's smart. Yeah. like yo, like you selling fucking Black and Milds in the dorms and shit, and you got a fucking 4.0. Like, what are you doing?
Like Bobby selling fake crack. You know what I mean?
No, Bob, he's a prime example. No, and I say that complimentary. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's a very intelligent gentleman. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But then, you know, he.
Doing what you have to do,
You know, so like that was one of the things that I loved. And then, you know what I'm saying, girls from New York or the East Coast, you know what I'm saying?
Because you're right there.
Tri-state. Yeah. You got girls from the South. You got girls from California. You got like just, and you have students from all the different regions. Yeah. But it was just so dope. Like some of my best friends from out there was from New York, but then I had friends, you know what I'm saying, from the Midwest. From, you know what I'm saying? One of my dudes, his name was Donald Andrews. You call him Shy. He's from Chicago. Yeah. That was my guy. You know what I'm saying? And he used to be like, and you pick up on different lingo and different slang from different regions.
And it's all black, which is crazy because like it's all black.
But yeah, and it was just so beautiful, man. Like, it's like, hey, let me borrow a square, Joe. And I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about, yo? And I'm like, oh, he's asking somebody for a cigarette. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Or it'd be like pop. It's like, it's soda. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get a cold drink. It's like, nah, what? A cold drink.
Like, just, but it was so dope. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because now it's like one of my superpowers is most of the time I can tell you where somebody is from just off of like literally let me observe them for about 45 seconds and I could give you pretty, you know what I'm saying? Black people at least. Be like, yo, they probably like, hey, you from the Midwest, huh? Like, where you from? Like Indiana, Chicago? You know what I'm saying? Like, or like, yo, you from DC, huh? How you know that? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just like you pick up on certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you call somebody a Bama, you from the DMV.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But that's super rare.
I still don't know what the hell that means. Like, I've heard it, but I still don't know what that means.
It's a square.
That's what it is?
You like, you a square, you a goofy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, oh man, that he a Bama. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I still want to go to, like, I've never been to Washington D.C. I want to go to D.C. I want to go to Baltimore.
It's beautiful.
Alonda went because she works for the company she works for. She works for like the what am I trying to think of? Pretty much like ethnic portion.
Gotcha. Okay.
So she recruits to get from different.
Diversity.
You know what I mean? There you. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, diversity recruiter. So like when I went to Atlanta both times, I went out there because she was doing the HBCUs. Yeah. They were hitting all of them.
Getting the best and the brightest.
Yeah. So then the last year she was like, I'm going to Howard, and I was like, I gotta get out. I was mad that I couldn't go. Yeah. But that baby girl had just come, and I was like, fuck. I got a sweater. I got a sweater from the student store, but it's cool. But it was just like, in that space, she's just like, Tevin, these colleges, universities, like, there's a lot of bright black kids out here. Man. But companies aren't reaching out to us. Yeah. Like, they're not, now they're starting to get there, but it's like, to think about all these smart black kids from the past couple of decades who weren't even given a shot or looked at because they didn't come from money. They were in a school that might not have been accredited for that or whatever. Yeah. And again, also, like, especially in tech, it's like we weren't always invited into the room.
Yeah. And then also, and maybe I have a different perspective, but Morehouse, Spelman, Howard, you know what I'm saying, like Clark, people, you know what I'm saying, like they are kind of, but then when you talk about like a Morris Brown or, you know what I'm saying, some of the other HBCUs, especially, because I don't think it's like that as a Morehouse graduate. You know what I'm saying? Like, Morehouse is pretty highly regarded. Yeah. Spelman's pretty highly regarded. Like, people know, you know what I'm saying? Howard is pretty, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's when you go to the, and when you go to the other HBCUs that produce just as many brilliant minds, but aren't as known. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's probably more so where that comes into play. Because I mean, and, you know, like I said, maybe I'm biased because I went to Morehouse, but I know a lot of lawyers and doctors and, you know what I'm saying, and accountants and that went to Morehouse and they had no problems. You know what I'm saying? Or that went to Spelman, but it's because people know, like Morehouse, Spelman, Howard, you know what I'm saying, Clark, they know those. Yeah. It's the more Browns ones. That people that, you know what I'm saying, don't necessarily know, or, you know what I'm saying, some of the other.
It's like the hierarchy of it all, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's what it seems to be like.
Like, you know, like a FAMU or something like that, like aren't as prominent, I guess.
And you know what's crazy? Like the LeBrons just dropped, the FAMU LeBrons just dropped.
Joints is fire.
But most people probably didn't even know what FAMU was until the LeBrons dropped.
What are the FAMUs?
Exactly. They're like, oh, this is cool.
FAMUs.
Well, this is a character?
Are these the... Yeah. What's FAMU? What's the story behind this? Yeah, those are fire. And see, that's another, like, going back to the sneaker thing. Yeah. Like, that's fire to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are fire to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, my Travises are fire to me, or my, you know what I'm saying? My Union ones are fire to me. But I don't, like, those sevens are fire. Like, sevens are fire. Like, and the green FAMU pair, like, those are crazy.
That was peak SDS, though. Around the time of the 7s and the 8s. That was like, that was especially peak like SDS.
8s. Yeah, like, oh, yeah.
Like, I remember when, like, the, I forgot what LeBron it was. It was an 8 that dropped. And it was like half the group was at 32nd Street.
No. It was, you're probably talking about when the, and I still have
with the Jays. Was it the Jays then? So it was 11s?
No, I was going to say, no, it was probably the,
Kings, the
Cork. The Cork LeBron, is that the 9 or 10? I think it's LeBron 10.
That's when everyone was downtown for those.
Okay, that was downtown. Yeah, cause I remember that.
There was one. I think it might have been the black and white ones, like the King's Crown or something like that.
Yeah.
I remember I went to the base that morning, and like Marcos was there, and Mike was there, Bobby was there. I was like, Fumes was there. I was like, how y'all? You know, even everybody was there.
Yo, even the names.
I'm like, sitting there. Only one that wasn't there was JFB, but I'm just like. But it's crazy because that, like you said before, it was a basketball shoe. Yeah. It was a performance shoe.
Like now those shoes, which once again, it's all about perspective. Mm-hmm. Because on the one hand, it's like, oh, there's no resale value on these. Yeah. Right. But on the other hand, it's like, if you genuinely like that shoe, you should be thankful. Because I'll literally look on StockX and be like, oh, shoot. Like these LeBrons, like I could, even with all the damn fees they tack on top of everything, I could get these for like $80 below retail. These are
it's
fire.
Crazy, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go back and get all the LeBrons that I, you know what I'm saying?
That I wanted back then. Big Bang, South Beach, all them came back.
Like, even, like, this was disrespectful to me. The fact that they released the Watch the Throne
LeBron 9s. The 9s.
They
the lace lock.
With the lace, like, and those joints is on sale. So on the one hand, I'm like, thank you. Yeah. But on the other hand, I'm like, do you realize how fucking disrespectful it is for a South Beach LeBron 8 to be available under retail? Yeah. Do you understand how disrespectful it is for the Watch the Throne LeBron that only fucking Kanye and Jay and Hit Boy and people like that
I didn't like that. I'm still mad that those dropped. I'm mad for one. I'm like, I felt like it was too early. I feel like
I was happy. I was like, ooh,
I mean, I'm glad they came out. It's cool. But I was just like, those are just such classic models. Like, Watch the Throne to me should have been vaulted. Like, certain shoes I feel like need to be, if you want to drop a close variation, fine. But I feel like that shoe should have been like that iconic shoe.
But yeah, I can see it. Like,
I just feel like I want to be like, I love that shoe. I can't get it, and it sits up there.
You want it to be unattainable.
I want it to keep that value.
But then it's like, and I understand that perspective also. Yeah. Because there's like the Heroes Pack LeBrons. Yeah. Hero Pack LeBron 7s was like a Deion Sanders one and a Penny one. And them joints were so fire.
The Penny was crazy.
Those joints are like iconic. Yeah. But I hope one day to release them. Please release them so I can get my pair. And all y'all, those are ugly. What are those? Yeah. They're not for you. You know what I'm saying? These are, you know what I'm saying? And it's cool that it's not for you. Like, not everything is for everybody. There's stuff
exactly.
I don't fuck with New Balances.
Yeah.
They just don't do it for me. Like, To me, New Balance was like, yo, that was like the East Coast dudes would rock with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just thought they was like, they didn't do it for me. I was like, them joints is whack. You know what I'm saying? Like, them joints look like some fucking Sauconys. Like, why do y'all, those look like old man shoes? Like, some old white man will be walking around Roar Parking.
That's
like,
why
these
I
are
like
not popping to me.
That's why I love them.
No, and so, and I understand, but so I'm never like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's just a thing of, that's not for me.
Yeah.
That's fine. Certain things aren't for everybody. Like,
exactly.
New Balances aren't for me. LeBron's ain't for somebody else, but I fuck with them. You know what I'm saying?
Which is the beauty in the game, because there's room for everybody.
Yeah.
There's some things that everyone's going to go after for hype or whatever reason.
Yeah.
But then there's certain pockets to where it's like, I would like for Nike to release the Nomos again.
Yes.
I would love to give me a pair of Nomos.
Please. You know what I'm saying? But
Air Max Light 3s. I posted those yesterday.
See, and the thing is, that's because we're like a niche market as far as that.
Yeah.
Like, so they just have to balance it out as far as like those type of releases.
Yeah.
Like with the Griffies, what happens is colorways that are iconic.
Yeah.
They'll kind of like do them limited.
Mm-hmm.
Then they'll do no. But then they'll do these goofy ass, make no sense colorways and run the shoe into the ground, right?
Yeah.
So think about the Griffies. There's basically 3 or 4 iconic Griffey colorways. You have the Freshwater, you have the Volt, you have like the Cincinnati Reds pair. The red pair is kind of like, to me, it's kind of like got that status. Yeah. But it's, you know what I'm saying? But then they'll bring out all these other colorways, and some of them don't even make any sense. You gotta make it,
like there was like a South Beach colorway too that they dropped.
Yeah, like they'll just like drop all these random, or even with foam posits, like, right? Like foam posits, once again, I'm aging myself. I was a senior in high school. I worked at Foot Locker. It's when there was the foam posits and the Jordan 11 came out at the same time.
Yeah.
But I remember watching the NCAA championship, and Mike Bibby and Miles Simon wore them before Penny.
Yeah.
They broke them out, and I'm looking like, yo, those shirts, like, what are those? Those are crazy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, to me, like, everybody else in Dago was like, yo, those are moon boots. Those are ugly. What are those? And I was like, damn, joints is hard. And then when I got to Atlanta, I realized, like, all the DC, Virginia, Maryland dudes, they was rocking them tough. And, like, I liked them, but I was more the exception to the rule as far as Southern California at that time. But it was, like, that's an iconic shoe. But going back to the foams, it's like, they'll come out with all these colorways that make no sense. So
the foams killed me when they was coming out with like the Weatherman foam, like it's period blood and all that. Like, it's just
like even right now. So, and I'm sure Bobby can, you know what I'm saying, he'll feel me on this. Like they're doing the Air Penny 2 right now.
Yeah.
The Air Penny 2 is a fucking classic shoe. The Atlantic colorway is fucking classic. The black and royal pair is fucking classic. And they have never retroed the black and royal pair. Yeah. And they're doing everything short of releasing it. Like they did the social status collab, which is almost it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It's almost it, but it's like the baby blue hits and like the social status hits on it.
Yeah.
It's like, just give us the fucking royal. Because they keep giving us all these ugly ass, weird ass colorways that nobody's asking for. Pine green and all this other weird shit. Like, just give us the class. Like, at least for like the people that really just give us the iconic colorways. Then ball out. But don't give us these weird colorways without giving us the iconic colorways.
And that's what I mean. I think like these companies need to look at ways to like reinvent and do new things.
Groups with real people.
Exactly.
I don't know. Like they need to sit down with me and you and Bobby and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because the thing is like, for one, with the way their shoes are being released, like nobody can really enjoy a pair. Right. As soon as you get the pair, well, next Saturday we dropping this, and the week after. So it's like there's so much shit coming out. But also, to your point, Penny 2 is like it's more of a niche shoe. Yeah. Because that shoe, the reason it's so popular, because for one, it's dope, it's comfortable, but people saw Penny playing it, right? You know, and I think today people aren't influenced by players anymore. Oh yeah, they're influenced by celebrities and all these little influencers. But it's like the actual shoe itself, people aren't. Yeah.
Because for me, it's like, okay. I love Nike for the fact that they brought back all 3 colorways of the Penny 1 this year. Yeah. Or last year, 2022. You know You know what I'm saying? They brought back the black white royal. They brought back the all-star. They finally retroed the all white, well, the white pair, which had never even retroed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, kudos to Nike for that. So that's how they should do it. Like, give us the iconic ones. If you want to do all the weird, stupid colorways, ball out, but don't do those at the expense of the original colorways.
Exactly.
You feel me? Like, take care of your OG demographic that has been riding with your fucking company for the last however many years.
Yeah.
Because I know dudes that I thought was dope when I was young, so they're older than me.
Yeah.
Right? And they still, you know what I'm saying, are into sneakers. You know what I'm saying? So, and once again, this is all first world problems, like super, you know what I'm saying? But no, there are certain models like, yo, give us those shoes, please. Like, I could literally write out a list of all the shoes. I'm like, yo, could you please retro this and this? Matter of fact, going back to what you asked me earlier, like the Penny 2, the black, white varsity royal Penny 2, Nike, make it happen, please. You know what I'm saying? And there's like the Flight Posit.
Somebody posted
Allen
that
Houston
today.
used to wear those. The Flight Posit, like, please give us those. You know what I'm saying? Like, why have y'all never retroed those? Stop re-retroing the black,
they
white
know they're not
Airmore.
gonna sell.
Stop re-retroing the black, white Airmore every fucking 2 years. It's a beautiful shoe. It's one of my all-time favorite shoes. But there are other colorways of the Airmore up-tempo that y'all could do instead of the black and white pair.
Oh, exactly.
Give us the Olympic pair again. Give us the black, white, and red pair. Like, they retro that shoe all the time and like all these off-the-wall colors that go on sale.
But not the ones that
we actually want. Like,
but then I'm always thinking, like,
nobody asked you for that shit.
Are y'all planning a drop or something? Like, are y'all planning a pack?
I don't know.
I'm just like wondering, like, or who they have in the booth that's like, you know, we want to bring this shoe back. Part of me is like, are you saying I want to bring this shoe back, but I want to gauge what people are gonna, you know, take to it?
Because I was reading that the Airmore up-tempo, the black, white, Scottie Pippen colorway, it's come out again. I'm never mad at that shoe coming out because it's a beautiful shoe, but then there are other OG colorways that they haven't released.
Yeah.
So I'm like, instead of, you know what I'm saying, it's the same thing with...
Somebody posted this earlier. That's what I was looking for.
Yes!
Earlier he was like...
I need those!
Hopefully soon. He's like, I don't know what Nike's doing. And they were talking about, you know, these like, they just on Twitter talking about
we need the J Kids that are right above it in that picture you showed me. You know what I'm saying? Like, both of those shoes. Like, and I know they're not going to sell out. Well, they will sell out if they allocate the right amount of shoes.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You have to make enough to where the purists, you know, air quotations, are able to get it, but not make too many to where they go on sale. Because I understand they, you know what I'm saying, they don't want the shoes just sitting at Foot Lockers. I don't care, but personally, but like the SC trainers, the Bo Jacksons, the Auburn joints, those are crazy. Every time they come out, I'm getting a pair. I don't care. I used to rock the Bo Jacksons, the orange and blue. You know what I'm saying? Like Nori said. Anytime those come out, I'm getting a new pair. I have a pair that's still wearable and crispy. You know what I'm saying?
You still get a new one.
I still got a new one. I don't care. Like, this is like one of my favorite shoes.
That's how I'm with Black Cement 3s. Whenever they come out, no matter where my status mine are at, I got to get a new pair.
Yeah, that part. Like, that's just an iconic shoe to me. But I know that I'm in the minority.
Yeah.
But I'm in the minority that has a lot of people in it.
But you also got to think about, like, how many people, if we're being 100, knew what the fucking airship was.
Yeah.
And the airships are coming back and they're selling out. So I'm like, and not to diss, the airship's a classic shoe.
Yeah.
But for most people that don't know what it is, if it's sold out, imagine that Penny 2 coming back. Like these things.
Give us the OG colorway Penny 2s. Like, they gave us the Atlantic Penny 2. Yeah. The white and blue Penny 2. Mm-hmm. How many years ago was that? Like, maybe like 4 years ago?
Something like that, yeah.
Because it was pre-COVID, but and then they're bringing those back out, and I'm like, it's like you missed something. Like,
what year did those drop in?
What's that?
Was it 90? What year did those?
Originally?
Yeah.
98, probably.
That's kind of far off. And I was thinking, you know, we might see him, you know, 30 years later.
Okay, because the Penny one was in 97, I think.
Let me see if I can find it. The reason I'm thinking is because, you know, Nike loves to do...
The Penny one and the Foam Posit, like, were like back-to-back, bop. And then the Penny 2 I was in high school when the Penny 2 came out also, though. because the Penny 3 came out when I was in college.
Yeah.
So like it's like that's all like 96 through like 97, 98.
97.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, they're probably waiting for that 20th, 30 year
so
mark.
they did retro once. They retroed once,
Mhm.
but it was so long. Like they retroed once in like maybe 2008 at that. You know what I'm saying? So they did retro that colorway once, but it's like those aren't wearable.
No.
At this point.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Let me pose this question, nigga. This is something that
this is like super rabbit hole.
Yeah. Do you feel like Nike should bring back certain classic silhouettes every certain amount of years?
I mean, certain shoes, I wouldn't be mad if they treated them like the white on white Air Force Ones and they were always available. Like, you know what I'm saying? To be honest, like it would be pretty dope if like Concord 11s were always available.
Mm-hmm.
Like how, like you don't have to like wait for Chuck Taylors to release. Like, yo, when did the Chuck Taylors release? Yeah. Because it's an iconic shoe and it's always available. Yeah. You don't really there is no real release date for white on white Air Force Ones.
Yeah, they just.
Right? They might, you know what I'm saying, restock, but they're pretty much always available. Mm-hmm. And then there's no crazy resale on them, but it's still an iconic shoe, right? Mm-hmm. Like you still, you know what I'm saying, some white on white ones, I don't care who you are, them shoes still fly. Yeah. Concord 11s, you know what I'm saying, or like Chuck Taylors, you know what I'm saying, like can't go wrong with some Chucks, right? It would be dope if certain iconic shoes, Nike did them like that. Yeah. Like, it'd be dope if you could always get a fresh pair of Jordan 3s. Yeah. Like a black cement Jordan 3s.
That's what I'm saying. And
it would be dope if you could always get a fresh pair of Space Jam 11s. Like, that would be kind of fly.
In my head, that would be some shit that I would do. I'd be like, you know what? Certain of our Nike accounts are going to have the allotment. They're going to have those shoes in stock. For one, it's going to drive up sales. But also, I feel like, for me to like my black cement 3s, those are my travel shoes. Whenever... I've never flown and not taken those. That's my airport shoe. That's my kicker shoe. That's my number one travel shoe there. So I'm like, it gets to a point where I'm like, damn, like, I can't really wear these too much because they're going to get fucked up. I don't know when I'm going to see these again. Yeah. And I'm not about to pay nobody $500-$600 to get a new pair.
And then there's the fact that they fall apart.
Exactly. They just aging, you know? So
it would be kind of dope if you were always able to get certain shoes, but that's super random. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think about it all the time because I'm like, there's got to be some way. I don't even care, like we said earlier, if it's a different, iteration of it. Different color midsole, back tabs different. But
even then, but don't even do that. Just always give us
the plain shoe. It should be available.
Like, you should always be able to get some, Chicago ones. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying, the Lost and Found colorway. You know what I'm saying?
They should be available because
it's a staple shoe. It's an iconic shoe. Like, they don't worry about, we don't want to oversaturate the market with Chuck Taylors. Yeah. Well, we don't want to oversaturate the market with Vans.
That shoe can't be.
You can always get some fucking Vans, and they're still fucking fly, right? Yes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some, like, you can, like, if you throw on some Chuck Taylors with a fly fit, they fly.
Like certain shoes, like you said, you can't tank those shoes.
If you throw on some white on white ones with a fresh fit, you fly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, and it takes the resale value. It takes the resale market. That's probably why they don't. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's another rabbit hole.
That would be pretty dope if they did that. To me personally,
that's another rabbit hole. Because somebody was talking to me and they were like, "You think Nike has a stake in StockX?" And I was like, "We could talk about this for a while." Yes, but absolutely, because you notice that certain shoes.
Yes, I 100% think that
they sell out, or people don't get their shipment. But somehow StockX has a full fucking size run.
Oh yeah, no,
of multiple pairs.
1,000%. Like, I remember they were running an ad, like, and I don't want to misspeak on it. Yeah. But there was something I remember it was Kyle Kuzma and StockX and Foot Locker, like, or something like that. Like, it was like, but to me it kind of like was like, wait, how does that go to? Like, isn't that kind of? Yeah. But I remember it was like,
well, because Foot Locker and StockX were like they were linked together for a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm like, doesn't that seem like a conflict of interest?
But it does
to anybody but me. Maybe I'm tripping.
It was recently, but I don't know if you remember that photo of the manager of the Foot Locker out there with somebody, like, the pallets of shoes selling them outside the store.
Yeah, we already know.
But we know that happens. But I'm thinking, like, who's to say that person doesn't work for one of these third parties?
Yeah, we already know. Like, the whole thing is.
That's why I always say, like, even nuts. Now, I'll go somewhere. I'll go to the outlet and I'll talk to somebody. they'll be bragging about what they know and all this. Oh yeah, I know this and that. I know how to flip them. I know this. I'm like, in today's game, even back then, kind of the same is it's not what you know, it's who you know. Because I know a lot of people to where I might not know as much about a certain area, but if I know somebody, I know where to get my shoes from.
Yeah, that's
and I know who to go to and how to get.
So like people are. No, I'm not sitting like humbly. People are like, yo, like, who's your plug? Do you have a plug? How do you get this or how do you get that? And I'm like, yo, you want to. The real answer is establishing relationships with people.
Genuine relationships.
Like genuine relationships, not I'm doing this because I want something in return.
Yeah.
Like that's literally how I met you. I don't even know if you remember this. Like that's how I met you. Through sneakers.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I sold you something or I bought something from you. Like, and this is like this is pre-SDS, I think.
Pre-SDS, yeah.
Yeah, this is pre-SDS. You was in high school still, I think.
Yeah.
Like this is many moons ago. But like so you
this was back when Craigslist was popping.
Craigslist, right.
You was going on Craigslist to look for sneakers, yeah.
But you establish relationships and you do right. You try your hardest to do right by people and be solid. And you know what I'm saying? If I can look out for somebody, I look out for them. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I get a lot of stuff is, you know what I'm saying? Like,
networking with people.
I'm like, yo, let me hit up blah, blah, blah and see if they, you know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, you know what? Like, I don't, but let me hit blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Or, you know what? Yeah, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I still probably, I'll have to pay resale, but I'm not getting hit over the head. Like, they'll be like, yo, well, I was going to sell it for this, but since it's for you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, even, and this is like funny. It's super funny. Like, remember when I was trying to get some beats for Jordan? That's my oldest son. Mm-hmm. I was trying to get some beats for Jordan. I remember I hit you up like, yo, could you get them off the base for me? Like, but you establish like, you know what I'm saying? Just like relationships with people and
easy.
And vice versa. Like there's been plenty of times where I've, saying, yo, can you get this for this person? Or somebody will DM me like, hey, I need these in a 5.5 for my, you know what I'm saying, for my son. Can you find them for me?
Yeah.
And, I'm not like jumping through hoops to do it. But if I see on somebody's story that they're selling that, I'm like, I'm shooting it to them ASAP. And they're like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, thank you. I forgot I even asked you about that. But it's like, what does that cost you to, what does it cost you to?
Those relationships, like, they go back to, like, the Nike Talk days. You be in like, someone's like, hey, I'm looking for this shoe. Bet. Well, I was just in the board. I was just in one of the boards and somebody was selling this, but I know this dude who knows him. And you just triangulate shit like that.
Or even so, like, even as a trainer, right? Like, if someone is looking for training and I can't accommodate them. Yeah. Right? They train at a time. They want to train at a time that I can't accommodate them, or like whatever the case, or somebody else is better at that particular thing that they need than I am.
Yeah.
If I know somebody that I can throw that assist, I'm Jason Kidd with it. Bam. You know what I'm saying? I'm Chris Paul with it. I'm throwing them that no look. I'm Magic. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, can you train it 4 a.m? No, I certainly can't. Sorry. Like, I can't do that. Like, the earliest I can do is 9 a.m. I have a son. I got to get him ready and get him off to school. Yeah. I train you at 9 a.m. If you can't do that time, I understand. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You got to train it at 5 a.m. I definitely understand. I can't do that. But I actually know, you know what I'm saying, my boy Brandon, let me shoot you over, you know what I'm saying? Let me shoot you my man Brandon's info. Yeah. Or let me shoot you my man Isaiah info. Or let me shoot you my man Jim's info or whatever. This dude came to me like he wanted to do a physique competition, right? Yeah. And dude looked incredible. Like he was already, like, I'm looking at him like, bro, like,
you ready to go?
you know what I'm saying? Legit, like, you know what I'm saying? You look like you about 4 weeks out from a show right now. You know what I'm saying? And I could have taken his money and been like, yeah, I'll be your coach. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But for me, it was like, okay, my man Jim, like, that is what he does. Yeah. Like, he coaches athletes. Like, I'm more, you know what I'm saying, the majority of my clients are lifestyle type of clients. Like, you know what I'm saying, just overall fitness, general, like, fat loss or muscle gain, but not competitors. Like, I can get somebody stage ready, you know what I'm saying? But that's not necessarily my forte, right? Yeah. So it's like, yes, I can do it, but that's not my forte. So if you just like want me to do it, like, no doubt, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But let me introduce you to my boy Jim, because that's what he does. That's his forte, right? Yeah, like, for example, LeBron James can make 3-pointers, right? LeBron James is probably the second greatest basketball player of all times.
Mm.
But that isn't his forte per se. He can do it. You know what I'm saying? He's a pretty good 3-point shooter, but that's not what he do.
Yeah.
That's what Steph Curry does.
Yeah.
Right? So if it's like, I need somebody to hit a 3, yeah, LeBron can do it, but let me get Steph for you. Right? Like,
those are the mechanics that I want. That
let me get Steph for you.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, yo, I can do that, but let me shoot you. You know what I'm saying? But super tangent once again. But doing stuff like that to me is like, why would you not do that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's lost in today's game.
Like, and I feel like when you do right by people and you treat people right, for the most part, and ain't none of us perfect. Yeah. But when you try to do right by people, when you try to treat people right, when you try to be solid, when you try to, you know what I'm saying, just be an adult person, ultimately it comes back to you
all the time.
You know what I'm saying? And even if it doesn't, like, because that's not, for me, that's not my motives behind how I move.
Yeah,
I move how I move because my parents raised me a certain way, because I want my parents to be able to, you know what I'm saying, I want my kids to be able to look at me in a certain light. I want my brother to look at me in a certain light. I want the people that I respect and love to look at me in a certain light.
Yeah.
And I want to look in the mirror and look at myself in a certain light. So that's why I move how I move.
Yeah.
But I do feel like when you do right by people, ultimately
it'll come back to you. If not from them, it will come back though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, pay it forward, or all these different concepts, karma, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever concept you want to use.
But like you said, the energy you put out is what you get back.
What you get back. You know what I'm saying? And even just like, try to be an adult person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, even trying to get away from shoes, but anything, people are like, oh, bro, like, thank you, like, I'll get you back. I'm like, you got to get me back. Just, you know, this is just off the strength. Like, I like to genuinely help people.
Being blessed to be a blessing. That's how you can tell I grew up in the church. You know what I'm saying? Blessed to be a blessing, or paying it forward, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, like, it was funny. This dude came up to me and he was like, hey, did you used to live? Da, da, da? And I was like, yeah. You know He's like, yeah, man, like, I used to live there too, like, when I was little. And I remember, like, you was always super cool to me. Da, da, da. And, like, I literally wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I, like, it was just like, I was just being, I
don't even know who you are,
like,
but
and I mean, I guess I've always had a soft spot, you know, for kids, as far as, you know, like, just trying to look out or trying to be cool. Cause, like, that's what I would want somebody to do when I was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I see this older dude that I think is dope and I kind of, like, look up to a little bit, why would it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would want them to show love, right? So, like, I would always do that. Yeah. But it's just funny because, or like, kids that I coached when I used to coach, you know what I'm saying, youth sports. Yeah. Like, I was at the gym working out one day and I hear, hey, coach. And I'm like, oh, shit. What up, man? And it's this kid I coached when he was like 10 years old. And he's like a whole grown-ass man with a mustache and muscles and shit. And I'm looking like, yo, that's nuts. Like,
is that how you got into fitness, though? Because you've always been, like, since I've known you, like, you know, athletic and out, you know what I mean, out there. But
no, I've worked in law enforcement for 11 years.
So when I met you, I think you were in corrections when I first met you.
Yeah.
You were in corrections. I was
still working for the Department of Corrections at that time. To be honest,
did it stem from when you were coaching the kids, or like, is that like,
no? Because that was just something like that was more so when my oldest was little. Mm-hmm. You know, he played. I remember he was playing t-ball. Yeah, and nobody wanted to coach. They didn't have a coach, and I'm looking like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just like, yo, like, all right, I'm a coach then. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it wasn't that I was so passionate about baseball, because, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, okay, these kids need a coach, and all you other goofy ass dads don't want to step up. So I'm a, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna step up. And then once that kind of set the precedent, like, it was like, okay, I coached in that. So then it's like, okay, it's basketball time. Are you gonna coach that? Which I was passionate about anyway. So I'm like, yeah, I'm a coach. Like, I coached everything, bro. Like, I coached sports I didn't even know nothing about. Like, I'm coaching soccer. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, that's kind of how that started. But even when I was younger, I always, you know, even like with my little cousins and stuff like that, like, I always kind of had a soft spot for the youth.
For being a mentor.
Yeah. Because I remember, like, how I looked up to my bigger cousins, my older cousins, right? Like, in my eyes, it's like they're on this pedestal, right? Yeah. Like, I'm in elementary school and they're in high school, and I'm looking at them like they're the dopest thing ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, they're like, so I know what that's like. So
Yeah.
I always tried to,
emulate
pay
that.
it forward,
Exactly.
pay it forward. But no, how I kind of got into training or being a personal trainer, fitness trainer, coach, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That was always kind of like my outlet when stuff kind of wasn't going how I wanted it to go.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I was always into sports. Like, I always loved sports growing up, but I was a chubby kid growing up.
Yeah. I can relate for sure.
Yeah. You
Chubby
know what I'm saying?
adult
Like,
still, but yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Having to get husky jeans and shit.
That was the wildest shit growing up, because you go to a store and like, mom, take me to JCPenney or Mervyn's. And it's always like
that's the throwback right there.
In the husky section. And I always thought that shit was normal. I didn't notice that was like a special section in certain stores that got the husky.
But no, but I always was into sports, and I was always, relatively athletic. Like, I loved to hoop, I loved to do all that.
Yeah.
So part of it was just my own kind of transformation as far as like learning certain things and like, okay, like this is how nutrition works, and okay, this is how this works, and and a part of it I think was my personality was also kind of suited towards that as far as I like to think I'm pretty good with people. You know what I'm saying? I'm a people person.
Definitely outgoing for sure.
Yeah. And pretty charismatic and outgoing and genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I genuinely,
which is rare too, because like I said, a lot of things are transactional. So
right. So I think that kind of was another thing that was like, okay.
Yeah.
This kind of aligns with this.
I'm gonna tell you, if somebody used to have a trainer, like, that is what matters, because if you go to a gym, you have someone training you. There's a difference between someone wanting to see you get results and somebody just wanting wanting your money for that session.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean,
that's a huge deal there.
Right. And I mean, of course, like, if it's your livelihood,
you care about the money.
The financial part. But just like if you're an artist, if you're a musician, right?
Yeah. But it's a different passion to it.
No, but I was going to use that as an analogy.
Yeah.
So if you're a musician, you a rapper, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you love hip hop.
Yeah.
Right? And you are passionate about it. You know the history and you care.
Yeah.
Right? You are going to make better music than someone that's just like, looking at it as a check.
Yeah.
Right? Now, ultimately, this is your livelihood, right? I'm sure J. Cole was like, I got to, this is how I pay my bills.
Yeah.
But he genuinely loves hip hop and he genuinely cares about being an incredible MC, right? Yeah. As opposed to somebody that's just like, this is my new hustle.
I'm in it for the quick check.
This is my hustle, right? And ain't nothing wrong with that, but there's a difference between someone that's genuinely passionate about something and genuinely cares about providing a good product and somebody that's like, this is a hustle.
Yeah.
I got a 6-pack, so I'm going to be a trainer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
working at 24, I've seen a lot of that working at 24.
Oh,
no shade at 24. I'm just saying from
just in general.
Someone who worked in the gym in that environment. I've seen that. There was, trainers who were passionate, loved what they did, loved their clients. There was trainers who were coming in trying to get that number one spot. That's what they cared about.
Right. And the thing is, it's like, in anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kobe.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Kobe would have been playing basketball at somebody's park if he wasn't in the NBA, right? He would have been hooping regardless.
Yeah.
Jordan would have been hooping regardless. Bron would be hooping regardless. Chris Paul would be hooping regardless. Like, the people that are genuinely, D Wade or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell, like, they genuinely love the game, which is part of why they're so great. Then there are some players where it's like, well, shit, I'm tall as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I might as well do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, Andrew Bynum's or, Andrew Bynum's are the people that, like, they, you know what I'm saying? Like, they able to get by, but it's like, you don't really love this. You just doing it.
Doing it because, again, you
can
can.
Tell. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can tell people that are passionate about what they do and people that are just doing it for. And ideally, you want to have both, right? Like, on the one end, there's like the business component to something, and then there's the passion component to something, right? So it's like, you want to be good at the business part and you want to be passionate about it, ideally, right? You want to, you don't got to be Mr. Olympia, but you want to maintain some level of fitness and then also be knowledgeable about what you're doing. Because I know some people that look, humbly and not, not trying to be funny. I know people that look that don't look like trainers that are incredible trainers. They're very knowledgeable. They know what they're doing. And you don't know their story. So, you know what I'm saying? But I know people that are like, how's he a trainer? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I know people that look incredible that don't know shit. Yeah. That don't know how to deal with people. That don't know how to bring the best out of people. Yeah. That don't know how to be empathetic towards people. You know what I'm saying? So ideally, you kind of want to be the best of both worlds and be right. You know what I'm saying? Like in the middle. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You want to model those behaviors, but then you also want to
be the number one salesperson, get your sale, get your money.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to be good at sales and know how to close or whatever you want to use. Yeah. But then also be good at what you do and provide value to where you don't really got to sell nobody because it sells itself. Yeah. You feel me?
Like, good dope sells itself.
That part. You know what I'm saying?
Or anything, like,
with anything, you know what I'm saying? Anything that is quality and is really good, you ain't really got to go out of your way to... Yeah. It's stuff that's kind of mediocre that you got to go out of your way to try to sell. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't... I don't know. Just, I'm trying to think of a quick analogy. But ideally, you want to be the best of both worlds, like I said. Like for me, it's like life is about balance. Mm. I know what it takes if I wanted to literally walk around at 5% body fat. Yeah. 8%. Let's say 8%. 5% is like super low. Yeah. If I wanted to walk around at 8% body fat, I know what it takes to walk around at 8% body fat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I, you know what I'm saying? I can tell you how to get there. I could do it for myself if I wanted to. Yeah. But it's like, it takes a lot of sacrifices to get there unless you're just really genetically blessed, right? Yeah. But at the same time, so no, most of the time I'm not going to be walking around at 6% body fat. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's not, it's kind of hard to walk around at 6%
The lowest I ever
fat.
Got was 18%.
Right.
And that's when I was like, right. And even then, I still had more to lose.
Right. But I guarantee you looked really good. You know what I'm saying? So
but looking at cats who get that low, I'm like, what? Because I was in the gym 3 to 4 days a week. I wasn't eating fast food for a minute. Was just drinking water. Right, like it was a lot of things that we used to that you had to cut out.
Right. So that's why I think, and even as a trainer, like I'll tell my clients, I'm like, look, I'm not here to be the food police. I'm not here to, be on your head to where you establish no eating disorders and stuff. Yeah. I don't want, if you enjoy going out with your friends and having a drink occasionally, I'm not trying to take that from you. Or if you like Starbucks, I'm not trying to take that from you. Or you like whatever. But what I'm here to do is help you to figure out how to align that with your goals, whatever your goals are, right? And to help you establish realistic goals, right? Yeah. Like for me, it's like if I wanted to walk around looking stage ready, like on some like, yo, you doing a show? I know exactly what to do. Yeah. Because I've done it before. You know what I'm saying? But I know what that takes, at least for me. At least for, you know what I'm saying? Like some people, they just got
freak genetics.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that as a knock on anyone. But some people, like that's the reality. God deals certain people, you know what I'm saying, a certain hand. You know
I got cousins who they eat like shit, but they look like
I look at my nephew. Players. What up, Elijah? I look at my nephew, and this little nigga eat like shit. He eat fucking top ramen and pizza and fucking donuts and all types of bullshit all day, every day.
Be drinking and smoking, not sleeping as much. No, not him. I'm just saying, but stuff like that. Like,
and he walk around 6-packed out. He got wide shoulders, and I'm looking like, bro. And I train him every once in a while. Yeah. When he, you know what I'm saying? But I be looking like, bro, if you took your nutrition seriously, and if you came and consistently was training with me, you would be a monster because you look like you work out, but you don't really work out. But on the flip side, like he skateboards and he does all types of things. He's very active. Yeah. But I say that to say, like, some people just genetically,
they inclined to be set up perfectly.
Some people are naturally leaner. Some people are naturally, you got endomorphs and ectomorphs, but that's whatever. But I say that to say, like, for me, if I wanted to walk around show ready, I could do that. Yeah. But it's not at this moment in time. Like, that's not what I want
conducive to how you live your life.
Right. Because I have a 7-year-old. And he's, Dad, can we get Mexican food? Or Dad, can we get pizza? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not gonna be like, no, never. I have to eat my, you know what I'm saying, my grilled chicken and my
broccoli
and broccoli every day. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and also because I know our bodies aren't designed to walk around stage ready. Our bodies are doing their best job to keep us alive.
Yeah.
So to get that lean, you have to do things that your body does not want you to do.
Yeah.
And your body is fighting against you at that point. Like literally, like the leaner you get, the harder it is to get lean.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you know what I'm saying, are very or if you're overweight, it's easier to lose weight than if you're already relatively fit.
Yeah.
Right? Just like if you're already checking off all the easy wins, all of the things that, like, you already getting 8 hours of sleep. You already pretty much just drinking water.
Yeah.
You already working out, you know what I'm saying, 3 to 4 times a week. And you're already doing these things, right? And you've hit a plateau. You already checking off all the easy wins.
Yeah.
So now it's like you really have to go above and beyond to continue to make progress, right? Whereas if you eat like shit and you drink every day and you sleep 4 hours a night, right? And you drink, you know what I'm saying, a 6-pack of soda a day.
Yeah.
If I get a client like that, I'm like, okay, look, instead of drinking 6 sodas, can you commit to drinking 3?
Yeah.
Now you can still have 3, but you can't have 6.
Yeah.
Can you do that? Okay, cool. All right. So you told me you go to bed at 4 in the morning and then you have to be up at 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you go to bed at 1? Can you try to go to bed at 1? Right? Yeah. And just like, okay, so you work, how many times did you work out last month? 2. Yeah. Okay, cool. Can you commit to going to the gym twice a week? Yeah. Right? Just making those changes, like, they'll get like huge results, right?
Life changing.
Because they're already like, because they're not doing any of the things. But then you get the person that's actually already checking off all the easy wins. Now they really got to go hard to, right? So if you walking around at 12% body fat, you know what I'm saying? To get to 6 is hard. Yeah. But if you're at 30%, it's a lot easier to get to 24.
Yeah.
It's still 6%. It's still a 6% body fat difference. But it's way easier for somebody at 30% to get to 24 than it is somebody at 12% to get to 6.
Yeah.
Because your body is like, fuck you, I don't want this.
I never knew that.
Oh, yeah.
When I was working out, the lowest I got down to was 205. I look good at 205.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, I used to do, like, 30 minutes on a Stairmaster at the level I did it at was hard. But toward the end, that was a warm-up. Like, I legit go to the gym. And I used to run miles in my warm-up. Like, I'd be, all right, cool, like a little mile warm-up. And that was like, this shit is easy now. And then it got to the point where I was going to the gym, and I was going because I wanted to go to the gym, but I really wasn't pushing myself.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Well, so...
And I wasn't seeing results, and I think that's kind of where I was like, you know what?
Like, but then part of it, like I said, so the better you get at something, the harder it is to separate yourself, right?
Yeah.
So I like analogies. That's how my mind works. So if you're already an NBA level shooting guard, right?
Yeah.
You are one of the greatest athletes in the world, right? But you really have to go above and beyond to separate yourself, right? Because you already have done so many things. Like, everybody in the NBA is all fucking world. Yeah. Even the dude at the end of the bench that you think is a bum, Brian Scalabrine or whoever. You take Brian Scalabrine to LA Fitness and he busts a nigga's ass. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you think is a bum. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Smush Parker, whoever. You take Smush Parker to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
killing cats.
It would have been killing dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and those are old analogies, but still. But to really separate yourself once you really have accomplished a lot, it takes a lot, long story short. So like I said, if you ain't doing nothing, it don't take much to see results. Yeah. When you're already doing everything, it takes a lot to see a little bit of results. Yeah. Is what you know what I'm saying? Like, but because I mean, I feel like I'm relatively fit and I feel like I look all right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then I'll be at the gym, especially the gym I train at, you know what I'm saying? Because I train at TG Chula Vista, the gym Chula Vista. Yeah. And there's a lot of, you know what I'm saying, like physique competitors and bodybuilders. And, you know, man, if you don't have a good sense of self, you'll be to have body dysmorphia. I'm serious, bro, because I'll get up in the morning, I'm brushing my teeth and wash my face and shave and stuff. Yeah. And I'm looking, I got my shirt off. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Let's go, Skrill. You look all right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then I walk up in there and I'm like, man, I ain't shit. Because you standing next to but then you gotta, it's all relative, right?
It was weird because I worked at 24 and I lost weight. I was smaller, but still a little chubby. And I was in there like, you know, I'm kind of feeling weird around these cats. And there'd be trainers who'd be like shredded.
Yeah.
And they would see some guy and they come sit at my desk and be like, I fucking hate that guy. I'm like, why? He's like, cuz, man, I'm in here every fucking day. I'm either training or working out. I'm working out between sessions. This fucking guy, he's in there 3 days a week, and look how he looks.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you look dope,
it's
bro.
All relative.
But
like,
but then they're like, nah, but fuck that. Like, and they would have legitimate beef.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of goofy anyway.
And I'm like, yeah, but I'm just like, I don't want to stand.
No, but I understand that. I understand though because it's like, and that's why I'm so big on giving people their flowers and affirmation. Part of it is because I like that personally.
Yeah.
But then also, you never know. You know what I'm saying? Because like you'll look at somebody that you hold in a certain esteem.
Yeah.
Or you look at somebody and it's like, man, they super dope.
Mm-hmm.
And they might not see themselves in that light.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or they might just need a reminder of that.
I know I do.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I do that. Like, even when, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when I run into you and I'll be like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? I try, at least I try, you know what I'm saying? Like, to pour into people. You know what I'm saying? Like, even people that you don't think need it be needing it a lot of the time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Some of the people I know, and I know personally know people that the average person, they look at them and they're like, oh, that's body goals.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's my body goals. Like, literally, I've had clients, they will point at, you know what I'm saying, another female in the gym.
Yeah.
Or they'll point at another dude in the gym like, yo, like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Or, ooh, that's what I want. And then I'll be like, yo, tell them.
Go tell them.
Go tell them that.
Yeah.
And say, oh, no, they, you know. I'm like, come here. You know what I'm saying? I'll say, yo, like, hey, this is blah, 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 this is blah, blah, blah. Like, yo, tell her what you just told me. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be like, oh, my gosh, like, thank you. You know, like, yeah, I'm feeling kind of, you know, I'm feeling kind of, like, fluffy right now. And I'm thinking, like, you look fucking incredible.
Or it could be one of them days where, like, I didn't even want to come to the gym today.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it's I say that to say, if you can pour into somebody, if you could like give somebody a kind word or a good word, just do that shit. Even if it's somebody you don't think shit. Like, I know some people that think I ain't shit. I know some people that think I am the shit. You know what I'm saying? And some days, you know what I'm saying? Some days I, you know what I'm saying, could use, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey.
Well, let me give you your flowers now. I appreciate you for being a brother you are because ever since I've met you, you've been the same genuine cat. There's never been like, you know, we meet people, they come off really good, then you see them another time, it's like, yeah, exactly. But with you, for sure, is like, since the day I met you, like your energy has always been like smile first, show love, and it's just like always genuine. It's never a front, you know, and that's something that like in this world today, it's like that energy. You even said pay it forward.
I appreciate
that. That is what we need more of, is people paying it forward.
And you did that the other day, like, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it was like, ooh, let me do this to make Karama, you know what I'm saying? To gas Karama up. You know what I'm saying? It was genuine, but that meant a lot. Like you would, you know what I'm saying? When I posted, I think it was like I posted the thing with my dad.
With your pops,
Yeah. And like it caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting that. And I seen it, I was like, yo, that was, I was like, that's super dope, man. I appreciate him for that.
But as somebody who like wants to do better for their parents and also like the things that you love and you're passionate about, being able to help your people and people that you admire and you look up to, that's huge. I was saying you do that, I'm like, there's things that I want to do for my parents that I can't do yet.
And that's why I say,
that's
like,
the inspiration right there.
You never know, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know who's watching.
Yeah.
You never know who you're inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
You never know who, you know what I'm saying? Just you smiling at them.
Yeah.
Or just you holding the door for them. Something simple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or just you being like, hey, you know, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? Just giving them a kind word. You never know what that might mean to that person. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, you don't know what people is going through, especially now. You know, when I grew up, mental health wasn't something, you know what I'm saying? Mental health.
What's talking about? You crazy.
That? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now that's like a buzzword.
Yeah.
But understandably, I mean, a lot of people do be going through a lot of stuff. And people that, you know, shit, you know, and the Twitch dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't all that familiar with him until after the fact, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace.
Yeah.
But
it looked from the outside
looking in, you would have never knew, you know what I'm saying? Robin Williams.
Yeah. And the thing that kills me is that people are always like, something else had to happen. It was foul play. And especially when it's brother, it's always, oh, it was foul play. Something they're not telling us something. And I'm like, no, we really just have these mental things that we don't talk about. Oh, we have to put a smile.
Especially us.
Black men got to be tough. So.
And I don't even want. And I was literally having a conversation with this young lady the other day. Mm-hmm. It's a girl that a lady that goes to the gym, or a young lady that goes to the gym. And it's funny because it always feels like it happens the same way. Yeah. But I'll bump into her. like, and it'll be random. You know what I'm saying? Because I see her a lot. Yeah. But it seems like it's been like 2 or 3 different occasions where I've pulled up and she's sitting in her car.
Yeah.
And like she's like just sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of out of it. You know what I'm saying? And I literally feel like it was supposed to happen that way. Yeah. And not somebody that I'm, you know what I'm saying, trying to get at or, you know what I'm saying, just someone I think is like, you know, I think is like a really cool, nice person, dope person. But there's been at least 2 occasions, might have been 3 different occasions where like I've pulled up and they've been sitting in their car and like they're like sitting there like either in tears or like about to cry.
Yeah.
And I literally feel like that the times that it's happened is like it was supposed to happen. Like it wasn't random that I, you know, pulled up at that time or whatever. But the other day, you know what I'm saying, I pulled up and she's sitting in her car and I'm like, yo, what up? You know what I'm saying? She, you know, and kind of dry her eyes a little bit. I'm like, yo, come here. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying, what's going on? I mean, you know, we talked and we talked for probably about 45 minutes. I just happened to have some extra time.
Yeah.
Once again, like it just played out the way that I felt like it should have, I guess. And I don't need a tangent again, but no, like it's just dope to be able to pour into people. And the reality is, I kind of needed that day too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because like some stuff had been going on that had kind of had me feeling away.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Some different situations, and by talking to them, you know what I'm saying, kind of like giving them affirmation and pouring into them, and then. It was, you know what I'm saying? It just like felt good. And like, it's kind of what I needed also. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's super random, but I don't know. Just life's just funny.
But it just goes back. I feel like you said, you get out what you give to the universe. And I feel like people's energies, like life's going to give you some scenarios that, like you said, just are meant to be.
Yeah.
Because your energy attracts that.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead.
And then, you know what I'm saying? Also, even things that we go through, you know what I'm saying? Like when you in the middle of a storm or when you going through something or when you went through certain things, like when you were going through those things, it fucking sucked.
Yeah.
You weren't happy in that moment. But a lot of times the stuff that you go through allows you to can be to where you can help somebody else, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, damn, you know, like this person is going through this. And I'm able to literally tell them, like, yo, like, I know where you at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even growing up fat. And you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of joking, but I'm kind of serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? Growing up and I was like a little chubby kid. That allows me to relate and empathize with my client.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So, like, look, I understand.
I've literally been there.
I've been there. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. I know, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I remember going to the pool and wearing a shirt.
With the shirt, you know?
Yeah, like, that shit wasn't fly.
You know,
I didn't like that.
Also, the thing is getting dressed. Like, you had one specific section you had to shop in.
And I was still handsome. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I was fat and fly. I'm fit and fly. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fly regardless, just for the record, but humbly. But no, and that's how you should feel about yourself. But no, you know, like, there's been times where dudes I know might be going through certain situations. And it's a situation I might have been through also.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, like, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? But look, I know you feel this way. I know you want to do this. I know you want to act this way. I know you want to get your get back or whatever. But, you know what I'm saying? Trust me. Do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, because in the short term, even if you feel like you taking a short, or even if you feel like, man, like, they getting over.
Yeah.
When you do the right things for the right reasons, and I'm, you know, not everybody's religious, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not super duper, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, you know, in church as much as I should be, I guess, or, you know, somebody, anyway. But I feel like, you know what I'm saying, God or the universe or whatever you want to call it, because it all ends up being this, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times it'd be the same concepts. Rewards that. You know what I'm saying? When you do right for the right reasons, God honors that. Or the universe or the universe returns that energy or whatever,
In
you know what
some
I'm saying?
way, shape,
However
or
you want to
form.
look at it. You know what I'm
Whether
saying?
it's to you or to somebody close to
Right,
you.
you might not catch that blessing. It might be a blessing that your kid catch down the road.
I'm gonna tell you one example is the baby shower last year.
Mm-hmm.
I know I invited a lot of people, but just being there, seeing the people like interact and really be there for us and my daughter like that. Like I got back to the hotel room, I started tearing up. I was like, the thing is, you never notice the seeds that you plant.
Yeah.
Especially when you plant them with love, because you're not looking for the crops to pick them later. You're just planting them with love. Like I want to watch people grow. I love being around people, and to come there that day, and I'm like, this is a room full of love. Like people are literally, people could have came, dropped off a gift, and left, but everyone that's here,
or
like,
not came, or just
or not came.
Saying,
yeah,
hey, I can't make it, bro. I got this. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
but to take it just
and people wanted to be there for you. You know
it reminds me of like when I listened to like Lil Wayne a lot. And I went to a couple of Lil Wayne concerts, and he's always like, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me tonight. I know a lot of other artists have said that, but that's how I felt. Was like, you know, that y'all could have been anywhere, but you wanted to be here.
For me personally, I wanted to be there. Like, I wanted to be there.
Yeah.
I was like, I had to train that day. I had stuff to do, but I was like, okay, you know, it might be a little bit late, but I want to be there.
And that's what feels good, because it's like you don't really notice the impact you have on people until they show up for you when you need them.
Yeah.
And again, that was a rough time. Like I have anxiety. It's been better now, but during that time, I was having like where I couldn't sleep, clenching hella heavy. So that day leading up to it, I was anxious. Like, damn, like I'm gonna have a panic attack there. Like nobody knows what I'm going through, but I gotta show face. And to go there and to be super relaxed and just enjoy the love, I was like, this is what I needed. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all for that love.
That's dope. Yeah. But that was when I knew that you were having it. I was like, I made a note. Like I put it in my little calendar, like it was a session. Like, all right, I'm gonna be there. Might be a little bit late, you know what I'm saying, but I'm gonna be there.
I appreciate that. I don't want to keep you too long, so I know we already.
And I'm checking my phone. Just checking my phone. I wasn't checking like, yo.
Oh no, you good. I know it's about 2 hours, and it's almost past my bedtime.
That part.
So I'm gonna wrap it up. But it's a session. This is a new segment that I do called Tap In.
Hey.
So it's a Soul Tap podcast. But I was like, you know, being in season 3, I really want to get into mental health when I can, even if it's not that deep, even if it's just life in general. Like I want to have my guests before they leave, let people know what they're going to tap into more when they leave. It could be something mental, physical, could be a person, could be I need to tap in and go somewhere.
Hey, you tap into a person, huh?
Yeah. I'm saying, hey, you know,
obvious.
We got some future guests that's going to talk about that. But for you, what is something that you want to tap in with more?
And what's funny is because I listen to the podcast whenever I can.
Yeah.
So I figured that was coming, and I was like, damn, I don't even know how I'm gonna answer that. One thing. So, a lot of the time, I'm either, you know what I'm saying, I go and I work, handle my business, and then I be, right back to dad mode.
Yeah.
And I don't say that as a complaint at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my responsibility. You know what I'm saying? I love that. That's not a complaint at all. Yeah. But that's pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Because people are like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I know you be. And I'll be like, nigga, if you only knew, I'll be at the gym and then I'll be at the crib. I mean, like, for real. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what I'm saying? You be, I'll be like, nigga, even when you see me post a little fit, that'd be like once every 2 weeks. And sometimes it just be like, I just don't want to fit because I'm like, yo, I have all these damn clothes and shoes that are sitting in the crib because I'm in gym clothes all day every day.
I'm going
to throw on a fit and do my little photo shoot real quick. And go home and take that shit right back off. Nah, but no. I do want to, like, take some time to, like, go on a trip.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell you the last time I actually went on a trip.
Yeah.
So it was funny. One of my clients was like, "You train every day, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, pretty much." You know what I'm saying? But number one, I love what I do, and it's a blessing to do something that I love. Yeah. So I'm not tripping. Plus, I'm gonna go to the gym and work out every day anyway. So if I'm gonna be there, I might as well. You know what I'm saying? If someone want to pay me money, I'm gonna get this money.
Exactly.
Shit. And some days are longer than others. Some days, you know what I'm saying, like I'm there. You know what I'm saying. But then some days it's like, I get in and, you know what I'm saying, might be there a few hours and I'm done for the day.
Yeah.
So, yes, I train 7 days a week, but...
It's not like 8 hours, 10 hours every day.
Yeah, it's not like, I'm training 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I'm doing some, you know what I'm saying, monotonous, grueling job that I hate. Because I've been there before. I've had jobs, jobs that I would wake up and be like, bro, I do not want to go to this place. How much sick time do I have? I hate this place.
Oh,
you know
man, my last job for sure.
That part. You know what I'm saying? So even that is like the perspective of, look, I'm blessed. I go to work in basketball shorts and some, you know what I'm saying, and some sneakers and be around dope people and pour into people and, you know, there's a lot of nice scenery. There's a lot of nice scenery where I'm at but no, my client she was like, you work every day, like you should take a vacation. And I was like, well, I mean, yeah, I should, but you should take, you should just take some days off. I was like, even if I take some days off, it's not even really a day off. Still got to be dad. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna just take a day off and just not have to worry about anything.
People don't get that. Like at work, they'll be like, you look tired. I'm like, I am tired. Like, oh, well, like, you have PTO. I'm like, you understand, like, PTO means that I'm just all hers now.
That part, I was gonna say. And anyone who's a parent, and anyone who's a parent will understand this. And if you're not a parent, you'll be like, oh my gosh, that sounds so messed up. I don't care. It's fucking truth. I'll be glad. I want to go to work.
That's what I'm saying.
I need a break from your ass.
I love it.
Like when he be out on when he be out on like break from school, and it feels like they always got a break. Winter break, this break, that break, this break. I went to traditional school. Yeah. It was like, you had Christmas break and
maybe a week or so for spring break and then
spring break. That's it. This little nigga got a break like every other week. I'm like, what break is this?
I hate to break it to you, but they're talking about giving teachers 4-day work weeks.
I'm like, nigga, I got shit to do. Now I gotta figure out somewhere. I gotta, figure out something to do with him. Yeah. But no. They were saying, like, oh, you should take it off. And I was like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm good, actually. You know what I'm saying? But I do.
You need to do that, though.
I do want to, and I'll have to plan it out, but I'm going to make it a priority to, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about like 2 weeks or nothing, but take about, you know what I'm saying, maybe 4 days.
Yeah.
To like do a trip or do something, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be, you know what I'm saying, asking my folks, hey, can, you know what I'm saying, King stay with y'all for, you know what I'm saying, a few days, or, maybe plan it around, you know what I'm saying? I'll have to, but I'm going to do that. And I'm thinking maybe I'll do it around my birthday or something, because I should do something for my birthday anyway.
Get a refresher, man. You need that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I feel like that's something I want to tap in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then part of me kind of feels like, damn, that's a selfish thing to say.
But you know what? I think like someone like you who's always pouring in other people and taking care of people and being people's inspiration, sometimes you got to take some time to yourself and be selfish.
Yeah.
You got to take them selfish moments.
Yeah, that part. And it's funny because things that I would tell other people, it's like, okay, apply that to myself to a certain extent. I would tell people, look, you're always pouring into other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you can't pour from an empty glass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're being mom and you're being wife and you're being, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, you go to work and then you do, you know what I'm saying, and those things are beautiful and I like you the shit for that.
Yeah.
But you have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself too.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you run yourself into the ground, you ain't gonna be no good for nobody else anyway.
Exactly.
And I know for me, it's like, I try not to, you know what I'm saying? But like, I be going through shit too. Everybody be going through shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, all right, eat that. You know what I'm saying? Like, put on your big boy pants and eat that and handle your business.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make a priority to
got to, man,
carve out a little bit of time
and really try to disconnect.
Like, even right now, right? Yeah. Like, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. But even when I do stuff, in the back of my mind, it's always kind of that like, okay, damn, I need to, you know what I'm saying? Is he cool? Or I need to get back, or you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that as a complaint. I'm not saying that,
it's just
like, even the fact that I feel like I always have to preface it with that.
Yeah.
Is I feel like, but no, that's
what I'm saying. I think when you like book the time and think, all right, these are the days I can take off.
Yeah.
Make sure you have, I say, like some lead time. Like, get some time before where you can start to let go of some shit. Yeah. Because my mom went on a cruise. She was gone for a week. And she was like, the first 3 days, I was worrying about everybody else. Yeah. The grandbaby, y'all make sure that the crib was good, that my nieces were okay. She's like, by day 4, I finally let go and I was enjoying it. Dope. And next thing you know I was coming back into the dock. So make sure when you do that you give yourself time to let go so that you're not like, all right, the last day of your trip, damn, I'm really taking this in. But you getting back on that plane and getting back on the road. Like, make sure you give that lead time.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I guess that's the main thing. You know what I'm saying? And just...
The self-care?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? On a certain level, I'm good with self-care. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm make sure I get my cut. You know what I'm saying? Or I make sure I get my gym time. I make sure... You know what I'm saying? So on, like, a certain level, you know what I'm saying? But I think more, like, from when I'm being real with myself, like maybe a mental health level. Yeah. It's like, I need to make that a priority.
Have some mindless time.
I need to make that a priority. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was telling someone the other day, I was like, it's funny because they're Hispanic, so I was telling them, I was like, in the Hispanic culture, in the Black culture, in the Pacific Islander culture, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. As men, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to just say it's like Black men. Yeah. Because I know it's the same thing for, you know what I'm saying, the Mexican homies or Hispanic homies. I know it's the same thing for my Pacific Islander, my Usos, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's the thing of, it's like, yo, eat that shit, man up. You know what I'm saying?
Family, like, you got to take care of
it. And we perpetuate it because it's like when Jordan was small or when King, it's like, if he falls, I'm like, yo, you all right? All right, get up, you good, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is a good quality. Yeah. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you feel like you always got to wear that, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It is important to make sure that you have a level of self-awareness. Like, and I don't mean, you know what I'm saying, walking around fucking crying and whining to people all the time, because that shit weak.
Nah, you can't do that. No,
I stand on that. Like, I got people that depend on me. I got people that look to me in a certain light. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be some weak little whiny person. But there's a balance, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with, you know what I'm saying, even, like, I love on, you know what I'm saying, on King, you know what I'm saying, by love on, I mean, like, I show him affection, and, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. And pouring him, like, yo, you know what I'm saying, I love you, buddy. Or like, yo, you the man, buddy. Like, yo, you're a great son. Yeah. I purposely do that because I named him King for a reason. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, we in a world where people ain't always going to treat you like you a king. Mm-hmm. But I want you to know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's who you are. Like, I gave you that name for a reason.
I love that you just said that.
You know what I'm saying? Because, and even, like, there's so much negativity in the world, period. Like, off top. Like, we live in a negative world. Yeah. So, that's one of the things I love about what I do is being able to be a positive in people's life and pour into people and do something that people look forward to.
And, like, I'm glad you said that you make sure he knows that because I'm telling you, just the world we live in, you can be like top. You could come home from school. I'm student of the month. I'm this and that. I'm feeling good. I got candy from my parents, and then get online and somebody say, you know, well, your shirt sucks. Yeah, and immediately that puts you down. But if you know who you are, it's like, all right, well, you know, it is what it is.
I'm glad you feel that.
You don't like the shirt, but it's cool.
I love analogies. I told you this. I use analogies all the time. Yeah. I'm like, look, if Steph. There were people that would go online and say, Steph Curry sucks. He's, you know what I'm saying? Oh, LeBron James fucking sucks. Do you think LeBron is going to go online and that's going to ruin his day that somebody said he sucks? It's like, okay, you're stupid. That doesn't change who I am. Yeah. Right? Like, okay. Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you feel. You know,
it is what it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. Because certain things are realities. You know what I'm saying? And different people are going to feel different ways.
You can be the shit. Reason. Someone gonna say you ain't.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you gotta know who you are. Mm-hmm. And I tell my clients this. I tell people, you gotta be your own number one fan and your own worst critic. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and you can't be too far on either side of the pendulum. Yeah. Of the, you know what I'm saying?
Because you'll be Kanye, you'll be Wale, you'll be on either side.
Right. So it's like,
think about it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you need, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm not this and I'm not that and I'm not this and I'm not that. What? But on the other end, you can't be on the other side of the spectrum like, I'm perfect and nothing I do is wrong and everything is, and I'm never wrong. And like you're a fucking asshole or you're an obnoxious asshole, right? You need to have a healthy sense of self and be right. And, you know, ideally you want to be in the middle where it's like, yo, there are things I could be better about. There are things I want to work on. There are things that I am working on. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I'm pretty fucking dope. Yeah. Because that's how I feel about myself. I'm like, look, I know there, you know what I'm saying? I know my flaws. I know my insecurities. I know the things that make me tick. But with all that, I'm dope, period. Like, I'm a dope person. Yeah. I'm a good ass person. I got a good ass heart. I'm dope as fuck, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, Hey, and if I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm some people's cup of tea. I'm not be somebody's cup of tea. That's okay.
It is what it is, though.
You
know
got
what I mean?
shitty taste in tea. I'm kidding. I'm being silly, but no. And I don't know. I keep going on these tangents, but that's just 'cause I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
But no, like so, carving out some time to like and doing it consistently.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe quarterly, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Just like, yo, I'm literally gonna set aside.
Reward yourself, man.
I'm gonna set it. Well, but see, that's the thing is though, I kind of do that because then like I'll buy sneakers or I'll like, I'll buy myself a pair of sneakers.
Yeah, but again, like that's what I'm saying. First world problem. That's material. I'm talking about take some time, take some KC time. To where quarterly, you're like, you know what? I've been grinding.
I am taking 4 days. Leave me the fuck alone. If I got a little, you know what I'm saying, that I'm feeling at the time, maybe take them. But yeah. I ain't got that right now, so holla. What up? King Skrill 619.
All the socials gonna be in the bio. Don't even worry about it.
I'm joking.
They gonna be coming anyway. The socials.
Please and thank you. And I swear, people be thinking that, and I'll be thinking like my cousin. Like I love her to death. My cousin. She was gassing me up earlier. She had that picture in the UNC Just Dons.
Yeah.
With the Travises, the one that you know.
Yeah.
She she like DM'd me. She's like, yo, this picture is so hard. I can't believe, I don't even know how I missed this. And like, and you know, I'm a North Carolina fan. And like, she put it on her story, like, because I guess North Carolina had a game today.
Yeah.
And she's like, bang, bang, North Carolina gang or some shit. And she was like, but I ain't tagging you in it because I don't want all my little hunger. I was like, number one, you a fucking hater. Number two, like, ain't nobody thinking about me. You're like, yeah, I know you got, how many girls you be having to turn down every day? I'm thinking, nobody, man, my DM's dry as fuck. I be at the crib chilling, man.
Yeah.
But if you, but shit, if you want to shoot your shot. Please and thank you.
But see, that's the energy you gotta have, though. You gotta be, God. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. But yeah, nah, man.
But make sure you tap into that. Like, I'm gonna hold you to it, though. It's on wax, so I'm gonna
make that. I'm gonna make that happen. I'm gonna make that happen. And it's funny though, cause like I know me, and it's like a little quick therapy session, I guess.
Yeah.
But I know for me, it's like even saying that, then part of me is like, that's selfish. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like I feel selfish, almost like.
I'm the same way though.
I do go into that mode of like I need to do this for me, and then I'll be like, you do shit for you. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you deprived and you don't take care of yourself. You take care. But then I'll be like, yeah, and you do that, but that's one.
But if you think about that, are those things in line with everything else you're taking care of?
Yeah.
Like for me, I buy sneakers and it helps if it give me serotonin, but I can do that shit from my phone. I don't have to leave my crib with my girl, my baby. I can just do this.
Yeah. But, and then also see, and I am, shout out to my man Eddie at Fire Kicks. What up, though? I got so many shoes from like just over the years, just like accumulate. Bro, I will, if there's something that I want that's kind of like big ticket, you know, Bobby was talking about this too. Yeah. It's like, if there's something I want that's big ticket, like I don't really feel comfortable just like, yo, let me drop $1,200 on a pair of kicks.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's like, I should need to do something more responsible with that.
Yeah.
Even if I have it. You know what I'm saying? But I will also say, okay, let me grab 8-10 pairs of sneakers that I'm not even tripping off of that are just taking up too much damn room.
Yeah.
And take these down to Fire Kicks. Like Eddie will vouch. I came in there with like I had to take like 5 trips back and forth to the car.
Yeah. About
a week and a half ago, a couple weeks ago. It was. I'm sure you've seen it because it was when I got the off-white Prestos, and I think I got like a pair of Travises or something. Mm-hmm. And like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Like the homie at the gym, every time he'd be like, man, there you go again. And in my head, I'm like, bro, I took that dude about 20 pairs of shoes
to get these, you know.
And I'm talking about heat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But there's levels to it, right? Like, for me, certain stuff it's somebody else, like, that's their grill. And then for me, it's like, that's cool, but, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, I'm not tripping off of that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that, like, ooh, because I'm some sneaker snob, bougie, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like, I've been doing it so long, and you know what I'm saying? I got some crazy stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to get you on here. We're going to talk collections.
Yeah. But no, like, anyway.
But I'm gonna let you go because we can literally this is a conversation that will go for hours.
I want to be on here. I want to be on here with Bobby, but I want to be on here with Bobby like on some sneaker stuff. I don't want to be on here with Bobby because I can't follow up his stories because his stories be fucking legendary. I was listening, and I was like, yo, this nigga's a fucking legend. Like, and I'm not saying that on hater shit. I'm saying that like with all due respect.
No, but it's crazy because he'll tell you these stories, and you'll be like, that's crazy. And after the show, he'll be like, yeah, man, I got the pictures, and I got.
Oh no, I know that he ain't capping.
Oh no, I know that, but I'm just saying it's crazy because you get and they get the audio, but you get like the behind the scenes, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Like,
I'm just like.
I don't even want to be on the episode with him.
He'll be like, after this,
follow them shits up.
I got this lined up, bro. I'm about to go see her, and then afterwards,
I already know.
And I'm like, that's my brother.
Yeah, I already know. I'm like, bro. Now, if we talking sneakers or we talking sports or something,
I'm gonna let you know. I'll set it up, but I'm gonna let you know.
Nostalgia type shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then boom, we chopping it up.
I'm gonna let you know. I'll get you on here, but he gonna talk about that too.
Because this nigga's like the Black Hugh Hefner and shit.
Yeah.
I'm just regular, you know what I'm saying? I'm regular dope.
It's gonna come out, trust me. We'll be on here. It's gonna be a sneakers heavy podcast. Talk about family. Next thing, hey man, I got this bad little joint, and it goes there.
And I love it. You know
just
what
let you know,
I love it.
We'll set it up though. We'll get it mostly sneakers, which you already know.
Him, you know what I'm saying? On some like sneakers and sports type stuff. I think that'd be a good conversation.
I'm with that for sure.
Some good insights.
But as always, before we go, any parting words for the folks, man?
Hey, thank you for having me.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? This is my first time doing a podcast, so I feel special. He said he wanted me on here, and I was like, nigga, for what? But it made me feel good that he held me in that esteem. Like,
the energy alone,
you on there. He used to show me the flyer. He made a little flyer for the show.
You know,
and I was like, man, more in my fucking heart. Made me feel like I was the man.
You are, so you need to know that.
And I am the man, but it made me feel like the man. But no, man, thank you for having me. You know what I'm saying? If y'all made it this long, thanks for listening to me ramble about a whole bunch of randomness and share my views on all types of random different stuff. Much love to everybody. Yo, and
there you go. He'll be back.
And soul.
You took my damn outro, but it's all good though.
My bad. Run that back. I'm just messing with
you. I appreciate you for coming through, brother, man. Like I said, you will be back. I think we got a lot of other stuff we kind of touched the surface on a lot of stuff, especially sneakers.
Yeah. See, and I came in here, I was like, look, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you shoot at me, I'm going to just, you know what I'm saying, respond to. I don't know what you talking about.
But you see how the interviews go? Like,
this was the shit. You know what I'm saying? I felt very at ease and comfortable. You know
I have in mind questions and stuff like that, but I come in here and it's a conversation.
Oh, yeah, no, exactly.
Like I said, nothing's transactional. It's a conversation.
It's just chopping it up with the homie. Plus, he had Martin on in the background. I'm sitting here like I'm trying to focus on my answers, and then I look over and Martin doing something stupid making me laugh.
We'll see. But anyway, I appreciate y'all for listening. And once again, this is season 3. So far, we've been killing it every episode.
I concur.
Yep. So, until the next time, y'all want to come on, y'all want to meet Karama, we have a meet and greet. We go to Chula Vista, hit the gym. We'll get it all cracking. But I appreciate y'all for listening. And it has been your humble host, Heaven Denzel. And it's love, peace, and sneakers until the next episode. Peace.
Peace.